set in your eyes. Rock and roll on the radio, keeping perfect time with the hum of the engine. Girl, everything's fixing up right. There ain't nothing left to do on a small town Friday night, so let's ride. What you say we gas up? Heavy on the hammer, let the horses run. Baby, turn the track up. Bet it makes us feel the way that Springsteen does. Yeah, a little born in the USA, in the middle of a wide open two-lane. Can't nothing spark the flame in two hearts like guitars and gasoline. You got the shotgun dance show, I got that console lane. The way you keep getting closer, it's hard to keep it in between the white and the yellow. Girl, I say let's blow right past that welcome sign to the county line and never look back. What you say we gas up? Heavy on the hammer, let the horses run. Baby, turn the track up. Bet it makes us feel the way that Springsteen does. Yeah, a little born in the USA, in the middle of a wide open two-lane. Can't nothing spark a flame in two hearts like guitars and gasoline. Fast cars and bending strings. What you say we gas up? Flying like a bullet shot out of a gun. Baby, turn the track up. Bet it makes us feel the way that Springsteen does. Yeah, little born in the USA, in the middle of a wide open two-lane. Can't nothing spark the flame in two hearts like guitars and gasoline. Like guitars and gasoline.
Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3. This is the Micro H Computer and Telecom pregame show, celebrating 25 years of being your trusted business technology partner.
You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan, joined by a special guest color analyst tonight, J.C. Coots. J.C., thanks for hopping on the broadcast.
Hey, happy to be here, Ben. Love some baseball. Love the stadium. It's absolutely gorgeous here in Fort McMurray, so it's great to be able to check out a game while I'm here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for some baseball. If you're looking for something to do tonight, we highly recommend you come on down to Shell Place and enjoy the game tonight. Your Fort McMurray Giants in action against the visiting Yorkton Cardinals. A very important game in this season for the Giants, JC, as we only have a few weeks left and they're looking to get into that final playoff spot.
Well, this is their chance to do it tonight against a team that's actually lower than them in the standings. So a good matchup for them here tonight. Looking to get a couple of victories tonight and tomorrow night, and they've got the home crowd to do it in front of here. You kind of get the impression that the guys are pretty relaxed out there. They know what's on the line, but a good opponent for them tonight to put a couple more wins on the board this week.
The Giants return home after a two-game series that they split with Brooks. They got the first win, unable to pull the second one, day off yesterday, and then a quick turnaround to come up here, and then they're back on the road before you know it, JC, and that's one of the struggles with this league is there's a lot of travel over a very short period of time.
Well, it's a big league, and yes, you mentioned the travel. I don't know if it's going to be in their favor or the favor of Yorkton tonight, because they had a very long bus ride to get back here, even longer than it takes to get from Brooks. The other thing I wonder if it's going to be a factor tonight is the heat, because it is a bit warmer here. There's a little bit of a breeze coming in now, which is making it a bit more bearable, but just down on field level, it's a lot hotter than you would think for a game like this.
Yeah, that turf down there definitely doesn't do a whole lot of favors keeping that heat down there. A beautiful, clear night here again. It's going to be a good night for baseball. Starting tonight for the Giants is going to be local boy Tyler Hodder, and he's going to be going up against Ryland McKnight. And JC, both these guys are guys that both teams have relied upon heavily throughout this season.
Well, they have, and you look at the innings pitched by Ryan Hodder, and obviously for him, there's going to be a lot of stress put on him to get a win here tonight. He's 0-3 on the season, right now riding a 4.77 ERA. Those are not great numbers, especially when you pit him up against McKnight, who hasn't pitched nearly as many innings. About half the innings is work, but only 5 earned runs given up for McKnight on the season compared to 25 by Hodder.
Yeah, and that's the number right there that you look at where it's going to be important. The Giants able to generate a little bit more offense than Yorkton has, but as you point out, JC, the pitching matchup might look to favor the Cardinals a little bit. Hodder's last appearance here at Shell Place, he did go 7 straight innings without giving up any runs, so that's something that we can look at, and hopefully he continues to improve his numbers. You're listening to the Micro-Age Computer and Telecom pregame show. Micro-Age Computer and Telecom celebrating 25 years of being your trusted business technology partner. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have some thoughts before the game from General Manager Pat Riley, as well as one of the managers for the Yorkton Cardinals. You're listening to Fort McMurray's Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball.
Hi, I'm Josh Iannetti, catcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. Micro-Age Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. Micro-Age's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call Micro-Age today, 780-790-6666.
It's so hot.
Ugh, I know.
No, I mean your Giants baseball t-shirt. Where'd you get it?
Did you know Bumper to Bumper is the only spot besides Shell Place to get your Giants baseball merch? Step up to the plate at Bumper to Bumper in Gregoire and gear up for summer driving too. Bumper to Bumper has everything you need. Auto parts, accessories, cleaning and detailing products. Where's your one-stop shop to make sure you and your vehicle look hot this season? Bumper to Bumper, 223 McAlpine Crescent in Gregoire. Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Now it's time to speak with the coaching staff of the Fort McMurray Giants.
You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan joined now by manager for your Fort McMurray Giants, Pat Riley. Pat, you're coming back, a very quick turnaround after a short road trip. How was the road trip for your club?
I mean, it was a good job coming out there, getting that first win. Competed really well, did a lot of really great things. Got another good start from Nick Cardinal. The following day was a little bit tougher. Fell 4-3 in a close game. Had our chances late, couldn't capitalize. Got another really good pitching performance as well. Looking forward to being back for 2 and then on the road again. So.
You mentioned back for 2 games against Yorkton, and then you're on the road again. Very busy schedule for you guys here in July. You were able to get an off day yesterday. How important is it to get that rest and relaxation?
Yeah, need it because you got 2, and then we're looking at 4 in Medhat with a doubleheader. So after that, we'll be able to recuperate with 2 off days there. But, you know, we're looking to come out strong here, play well these next 2 nights, especially tonight, and then carry that into our road trip. But hopefully the guys are rested, and we can make a final push here. So.
You're facing a Yorkton team tonight and tomorrow that's had their struggles this season. How important is it to capitalize on this matchup and take these games?
Yeah, every game's important, whether we're playing Yorkton or Medicine Hat, whomever it is. You know, looking to jump on them early, right from the first inning, do some different things and kind of put the pressure on them. But, you know, they're obviously coming from Saskatchewan. They're grinding it out on the road right now. So if we can get off to a good start, then hopefully that'll carry us into, you know, playing well tonight and then tomorrow. So, yeah, they're important games, but every game's important now. So,
Pat, thanks a lot and good luck tonight.
Yep. Thank you.
Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3.
After a long, cold winter, we finally passed that hurdle, and it's time to get down and dirty in the garden.
Ooh la la.
Find everything you need to get your yard and garden in tip-top shape for summer at Home Hardware. Choose from a huge selection of soils, seeds, plants, and rocks. Plus, patio furniture and barbecues to turn your yard into an oasis. Soak up every moment of the season with a little help from Home Hardware on Franklin Avenue in Fort McMurray.
Gather round, Fort McMurray, and let's root for the home team. Boston Pizza Fort McMurray is proud to sponsor Giants baseball on Country 93.3. When hunger hits you during the 7th inning stretch, getting great food is as easy as going online. Order pickup or delivery at bostonpizza.com. While you're there, sign up for My BP Rewards and get deals, freebies, and complimentary dessert on your birthday. Boston Pizza Fort McMurray, downtown and in Timberlake.
Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball
On Country 93.3.
Now it's time to hear from the opposing coaching staff.
You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan joined now by Brady Holt of the Yorkton Cardinals. Brady, first off, one of the questions we always ask teams traveling out here, it's a long trip to come out to Fort McMurray, especially for you guys. How do you keep the team both comfortable and focused on the game at hand?
We slept on the bus. We got a pretty good team chemistry within our group, so we just kind of keep things loose, listen to music, watch movies, get here early, and kind of just go from there.
It's a game tonight between two teams that are looking for that playoff spot. The Giants have kind of had an up and down season. What's the approach for your club tonight?
Yeah, we just try to attack early and often. Every inning, try to win each inning. We kind of go based on our offense, so if we can get off to a good start here, we should be in pretty good shape.
Last question for you. It's another one that we ask the visiting team, but thoughts on Shell Place here at the stadium?
Shell Place?
Right here.
What do you mean?
Like just thoughts on the field, yeah.
Oh, the field's great. Yeah, I mean, compared to Yorkton, we don't see too much turf infield or anything like that, especially even the grandstand, but beautiful spot you got here. I played in Swift Current, so at the time you guys weren't a part of the league, so this is great coming out here. Between this and Edmonton's field, it makes for a pretty good road trip.
Thanks a lot for your time and good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's play ball. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball
On Country 93.3.
Feel the heat in all the right places this summer when you invite Cancel Safety to the party. Let Cancel's highly trained team get up in the exhaust and hood of your commercial kitchen, and they'll leave it fully cleaned and ready to safely handle all the heat. With a mobile unit bringing Cancel to you 24/7 and the highest quality fire protection services and products, the good times never end badly with Cancel Safety. Locally owned and operated and online at cancel.ca. That's CANSAL.ca.
The following is a Country 93.3 sports presentation. Here comes a pitch. Fort McMurray Giants baseball is brought to you by Boston Pizza, live from Shell Place in the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth.
Welcome back to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth as we are set to go here in Game 1 of a two-game series between your Fort McMurray Giants and the visiting Yorkton Cardinals. A very important game for the Giants, who are just outside of a playoff spot with not a whole lot of time left on this season.
Yeah, you got to make up with these games here, Ben. And when you face opponents that are lower than you in the standings, this is the ultimate opportunity for you to get some much-needed wins to slide into that playoff spot. With 2 at home now against the Cardinals, this is an opportunity. You need these wins. There are no excuses if you can't beat a team that's below you in the standings, especially at home.
We'll take you through the starting lineup for your Fort McMurray Giants. Behind home plate is Adam North. Jalen McMillan is manning first base. Drew Dickerson at second, his usual spot. Liam Rahela draws in at shortstop. BJ Minarson mans third. Turning to the outfield, Mike Bose is in left. Jordan Stickler center. Tristan Richardson is at right. And starting pitcher tonight for the Giants on the mound is local Fort McMurray homeboy Tyler Hodder. I'll turn it over now to you, JC, for the batting order for Yorkton.
Well, leading off for Yorkton tonight will be the designated hitter, Jones, followed in the lineup by Haley, the center fielder. Batting third will be the left fielder, Niemi. In the fourth spot tonight, batting cleanup is the first baseman, Jepson. The number 5 hitter, the third baseman, the number 6 hitter tonight, the second baseman, Kellington. Batting seventh for the Yorkton Cardinals will be the catcher, Zanudu. And batting eighth will be the right fielder, Swisher. That's rounded out by the shortstop, Wilson, who will bat ninth.
Jones, the designator hitter, he swings on his first hit, and an easy play there made at shortstop by Rahelas. He just kind of had to hop up and grab that one, and a very quick first out to this ball game.
Yeah, Jones, designated hitter, not even deciding to see a pitch here. He just went after that first one. An easy play up to the shortstop and first out of the game, as it could be a quick inning here.
Hodder, one of 3 Fort McMurray pitchers that can touch 90. Big guy up there on the mound. He throws hard. He throws aggressive. And one of the big keys to this game will be to hopefully keep him in for at least 6-7 innings and stay away from the bullpen. That's been a bit of an Achilles heel this season for the Giants.
The third baseman, at the plate, now batting .290 on the season.
He rings that one foul. Count now 1-1.
Yeah, it's actually tied for the lead in home runs this season. 3 home runs for him. The only other player to hit 3 dingers this season is Champagne, who is not in the lineup tonight.
And you'll definitely see a little bit of power in this WMBL. Shell Place, a little bit of a difficult building to go yard in, but if you can hit it kind of off to either sideline, you have a pretty good shot of getting over that low wall.
Yeah, you got the big high walls out in center field there, which you're going to have to get some really good trajectory and some really good distance on it if you want it to leave the park here.
One-two pitches again fouled off. It's Wing Wednesday here at Shell Place. You can get a pound of wings for $9 or a pound of wings and a beer for $15. Lots of options for food and beverage available this year as the owner, Dutch Ionetti, trying to improve the fan experience here at Shell Place.
It's definitely a beautiful ballpark. If you ever have the opportunity to come and check out a game, you have to. Just in 3 seasons now, the team's had some great improvement.
A low shot out into shallow center field, and an excellent play there made by Drew Dickerson as he gets on his horse and gets back there to make the play. Second out of the inning for the Giants.
Yeah, that one looked like it had the potential to be a bloop single right out to center field, but the shortstop quick to get out there and make that catch. 2 down now here early in the first.
Left fielder Ryan Niemi now at the plate, as Hodder will look to go 3 up, 3 down and get out of this inning fairly quickly.
Niemi coming into this hitting .290 on the season.
And again, he swings immediately on the first pitch offered up. That ball going down into left field. It will drop.
Bounced over the wall.
Bounces over the wall, so they call that one a double. And Rin the first hit of the ball game here.
For Niemi, that's his 5th extra base hit this season.
Brings up first baseman Riley Jepson. And that was one of the things that we talked about, the Yorkton manager with at the start of this game, JC, was they look to get an early start as Jepson strikes on his first pitch.
Jepson, the first baseman, hitting .286 on the season. Also a guy that's dangerous for extra base hits. He leads the team with 8 doubles on the season.
As again, he swings heavily on that one, and we're seeing some very aggressive batting so far from the Cardinals.
Really good cut, and you can tell that they're swinging to bring this man in who's on second base right now. Niemi on second, 3 stolen bases on the season.
As that's it, Jepson strikes out swinging, 3 straight swings, 3 straight strikes. They leave a man stranded on second, but Hodder gets the job done quickly in the top of the first here.
Strikeout for Hodder and a couple caught singles out in the outfield, and the Giants get out of the top of the first with no damage.
And that's an important one for them, is to keep the pitch count low for Hodder so you can keep them in the game a little bit longer. And again, as you mentioned, JC, no damage done. Keep the inning scoreless and hope the bats can come alive a little bit here. Your Fort McMurray Giants batting order is brought to you by Home Hardware, the experts always willing to teach you here's how. Leading things off will be Jordan Stickler. He'll be followed by BJ Minarson. Jonathan Lindau will bat in the 3 spot. Liam Rahela is cleanup tonight, number 4. Drew Dickerson is batting 5th. Jalen McMillan 6th. After him, Mike Bowes at 7. Adam North will be batting 8, and rounding out the batting order will be Tristan Richardson. It's interesting to see Stickler leading off in the past couple games here, JC. He's actually been batting at the very bottom of the order. He's an aggressive guy that does whatever he can to stay on base, so a good guy to have in that 9 spot, but not a bad guy to have leading things off as well.
Well, not a lot of power numbers for him. No extra base hits, no home runs this season. Obviously, the guy is a contact hitter, so they're just hoping to get a base runner out of this. And he shows bunt on the first pitch.
That's one of his go-tos is the bunt. He's a very fast guy. Once he gets on base, he poses a lot of problems with the steal and with extending what base he's on. And one of his favorite things to do is drop that bunt. He's perfected it.
.416 on base percentage for him. Attempted to drop another bunt there, but that one rolls foul, and he'll have to come back to the plate.
It's Ryland McKnight who's on the mound for Yorkton tonight. He has 3 starts on the season, 17 innings pitched. He's given up 19 hits, 8 runs, 5 of them earned, 15 strikeouts, and a .205 ERA. Very solid numbers on the season by McKnight. So after the 2 bunts, Stickler now finds himself behind in the count, 0-2, the 3 pitch. It's comeback one that McKnight is easily able to handle, tosses over to first, and the Cardinals have their first out of the game.
And no issues for McKnight on that one hopper back to the mound. He calmly runs it down, gives the old underhand toss to his first baseman, and the first Giant is retired in the bottom of the first.
Brings us to BJ Minarson. He's playing third base tonight. Minarson's a guy that has kind of come in and out of the lineup this season for the Giants.
Batting .310, 3 home runs for him. He's batted in 12 on the season, and he's reached base on 5 walks.
As again, he drops a little short looper that McKnight is able to field over to Jepson at first base, and that's 2 quick outs now for the Cardinals, matching the pace of the Giants.
Well, just based on recent pitching numbers for these pitchers here, we could be in for a bit of a pitcher's duel tonight. Again, we'll keep an eye on the situation with the heat on the field. That does have a negative effect on pitchers and on their arms and their ability to go deep into a game. We'll keep an eye on these guys if it's going to affect them here at all.
Brings us to the designated hitter for tonight, Jonathan Lindau, another guy that moves around the field a little bit, comes in and out of the lineup as the Giants like to shake things up every once in a while, put players in different positions when they need to.
Lindau finding himself very quickly 0-2 in the count here. And now the first base umpire coming in to have a conversation with McKnight, and it looks like he was just grabbing something from him. Now he's running off the field. Looks like it might have been a glove or something.
Glove or a towel. It's a little bit difficult to see from up here, but yeah. The 0-2 pitch coming for Lindau as he watches that one go by him for a ball.
Looked like he was just outside the strike zone on that one, a little bit low at the knees.
Again, watches the pitch go by him, that time high. The 2-2 pitch. He swings on that one, nicks it low, foul.
Yeah, that one was a bit low and away. Obviously, that was just a hack to try to stay in it, and he was able to make a connection there.
And McKnight gets him with the strike for the strikeout to end the inning. They're very similar inning for the Cardinals as for the Giants in the first.
Yeah, the Giants weren't really able to leave the infield with any of their hits on that one, but still the result that the Cardinals wanted to see. They get through the inning, 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout, and we'll go to the second.
We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. McMurray Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. McMurray's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call McMurray today, 780-790-6666.
You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Live from the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth.
Welcome back to Shell Place. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth. Bumper to Bumper with 2 convenient locations, one in Thickwood and one in Gregoire. We're at the top of the second inning here between the Fort McMurray Giants and the visiting Yorkton Cardinals. We're all tied up at 0 right now. Not a whole lot of offense seen tonight so far. A couple strikeouts, one for Tyler Hodder and one for McKnight of the Cardinals. And so far, JC, that's really all there's been to talk about has been the pitching.
Yeah, and the only power hit we've seen was down the left field line, a ground roll double, and that was it. That was for Yorkton getting that hit early on in the top of the first. So here we find ourselves in the second. Hodder otherwise looking pretty good with a strikeout. Seems to be okay with his control thus far in the game. Both pitchers looking good, looking sharp in a game, in a couple games right now in this brief 2-game series. There's a lot riding on it for Fort McMurray.
Brings us to Clyde Ye leading things off here. He'll be followed by Colin Kellington and then Matt Zanuto. Ye watches the first pitch go by him for a strike. And again, watches the second one go by. And this is interesting, JC, because back in the top of the first, they were swinging at everything, were the Cardinals. And now you see a little bit of patience at the plate by Ye, but he's letting the strikes go by him.
I'm just looking to see what kind of stuff Hodder has here.
He chops at the third pitch, but it just goes foul.
Anytime you get a guy up, you're always looking for as much information as you can get standing in that on-deck circle on your pitcher or on the opposing pitcher. It's a little odd that Ye would be out there trying to watch pitches come in as the guy that is tied for the team lead in home runs this season.
And again, Ye makes some contact with that one, but it goes foul behind home plate. Giants still wearing their Canada Day jerseys. Not sure if that's something they'll be doing for the rest of July, but pretty sharp ones, different from their usual orange, black, and white.
I heard the other ones were still in the wash.
That would make sense.
These ones might be in the wash tonight, though. There's going to be some sweaty times out there on the field tonight with the temperature in the high 20s right now, but feels like it's in the low 30s.
Ye watches the third strike go by him, and that's Hodder's second strikeout on the night so far. The hometown kid making good on his appearance up there on the mound.
Up to the plate now, the second baseman, Kellington.
Kellington's first one goes for a strike as well, and it's always a good sign to CJC when your pitcher's throwing strikes consistently.
Well, he's definitely starting to warm up out there, and we'll see how he does with Kellington now with the count in his favor. That one won't say that's we've got a hit batsman out there.
Yeah, that one just hit the elbow of Kellington, so he'll take first base.
That is the 7th hit batsman on the season for Hodder.
Will bring us to the catcher for Yorkton tonight, Matt Zanudo. Tries to lay down the bunt, but it goes foul. And seeing a pretty healthy leadoff by Kellington at first.
Don't blame the bunt situation there for Zanudo, coming in with an average of 104 on the season through 48 at-bats. He's managed only 5 hits, just looking to move the runner right now.
Hodder will throw down to first to keep Kellington pinned there, as again he shows a pretty healthy leadoff and shuffling a little bit.
Kellington with only 1 stolen base on the season.
Big swing and a miss by Zanudo there. Brings it to an 0-2 count.
Zanudo's got 12 strikeouts on the season. We'll look to see if this will be number 13.
And again, Hodder will check down to first. Doesn't want to give up the stolen base over to second to put a runner in scoring position. And Hodder gets his third strikeout of the game after only 7 at-bats.
So 2 down in the top of the second here as Zanudo strikes out for the 13th time on the season, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Swisher.
A lot of control and a lot of poise so far tonight on the mound by Tyler Hodder, as he delivers the first pitch, and they're going to say that one actually hit Swisher inside, just grazed his stomach a little bit. So second hit by pitch thrown by Hodder this inning, and we now have a runner on first and second.
A great position where the Giants have find themselves in here with 2 outs in the top of the second, but they do find themselves now up against the number 9 hitter, and that is Wilson.
Wilson playing shortstop tonight. He has a very unique stance there in the batter's box. The first pitch called good for a strike. Another big swing and a miss there by Jace Wilson.
Hunter looking to sit down his fourth man with a strikeout here. Decent numbers through two if he can do it, if you overlook the two hit by pitches.
That one just high for the first ball. 1-2 count here.
Well, Hunter still got the pitch count in his favor here. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to attack him a little inside here. What it looked like a fastball, but just missed.
Just unable to paint the strike zone there. Brings us now even 2-2 count. 2 men away. Top of the second inning here. Fort McMurray Giants taking on the visiting Yorkton Cardinals. First game of a 2-game series at Shell Place.
I try to incorporate an off-speed pitch on this next one.
And that one's dinged foul just above the Giants' dugout. So Wilson will extend his say at the plate.
Wilson, the number 9 hitter, hitting 134 on the season. Time called at the last second there.
That's a pretty good strategy to try and get in the pitcher's head a little bit.
2 out, full count. Runners at first and second for the Cardinals.
And that one again just a little outside. The scoreboard made a correction. It was a 2-2 count. Now count full. 2 men away. And as you mentioned, JC, 1 man on second, 1 man on first.
You're in a situation now where you don't want to load the bases. Especially with the top of the order coming back around. And he got him.
Call that the strike. Wilson thought he was going to take the walk, but Hodder pulls through, gets himself out of a little bit of a jam here in the top of the second, and this game remains scoreless. And that was Hodder's 4th strikeout of the game so far tonight, 3rd of that inning. And if he can keep up this pace, this could be a great evening for the stat sheet for Tyler Hodder.
Well, Tyler Hodder looked good there. I mean, he got himself into a bit of a pickle with 2 hit batsmen so far in the game. Had runners on first and second, and he pitched his way out of it with a few good pitches. So he's definitely on his game tonight as McKnight gets back up on the mound to warm up for the Cardinals.
Liam Rahela will be leading things off here in the bottom of the second for the Giants. He'll be followed by second baseman Drew Dickerson, and Jalen McMillan will round it out.
Rahela coming in to lead things off, hitting .333 on the season. He's got 3 home runs, and he's batted in 26 runs. He is the team leader in RBI this season for the Fort McMurray Giants.
The offense has struggled this season for the Fort McMurray Giants, but Liam Rahela has definitely been one of the bright spots at the plate.
Make sure you bring your kids to the games now. Where are the Giants fans? Let's go!
3 up, 3 down, bottom of the first for McKnight. As mentioned, coming into the game with that 2.05 ERA. He hasn't pitched much, just 17 innings of work on the season, but only 5 earned runs, hence the much lower ERA for him. 0-2 is the record on the season for McKnight. First pitch into Rahela, low and away, so an 1-0 count to start.
Takes a big swing on the second one. That'll even things up 1-1. And that's something that manager Pat Riley really stresses on his team, is to wait for your pitches. Don't go chasing something if you don't have to. Be patient at the plate there and wait for something to present itself.
Yeah, the pitch placement here is pretty much right down and away. And so far, Rahela swung at a couple pitches that could have easily been called the other way.
Gets himself behind in the count now, 1-2. And he'll watch that one go high to even things up, 2-2 count.
20 strikeouts on the season for Rahela. He's right up there with the team leaders for the Giants.
He'll watch that one outside, full count, no outs. Bottom of the second here, Giants at the plate. And a walk here would get at least a runner on base for them.
Well, Rahela does lead the team in walks at 16.
He swings on that one, though, strikes out. And that is the second strikeout of the night now for McKnight of the Cardinals.
So the second baseman, Dickerson, comes up to the plate now for the Giants. Dickerson batting .213 on the season.
Watches the first one go by a little high for ball number 1. Dickerson much stronger on the defensive side of the ball. He's made several very athletic plays at second base. He chops that one, and it stays fair. He's going to make it to first in time, and that's a base hit there for Dickerson.
Throw off the mark by at third base. Bounced in, and the first baseman, Jeffson, had to come off the bag. So easy single there as Dickerson reaches base.
And with one out, get a runner on base, and hopefully the Giants can open up the scoring here after getting their first hit of the game.
McMillan, the first baseman, up to the plate now. McMillan coming into the game batting .143 on the season.
Dickerson with a healthy leadoff, but McKnight, as a left-handed pitcher, it's going to be tough to make a steal here, because he's got a great line of vision on Dickerson.
Dickerson a danger to attempt to steal. He's got 4 stolen bases on the season.
Check swing. They appeal down the first base line. One count here for McMillan. And McKnight will check over to first.
That was about as lazy of a pitch over to first base as you could ever make. Like they were playing catch out there.
And McMillan will watch that one go by for a ball. 2-1 count to him now.
Oh, wild pitch here.
And Dickerson's going to be called safe at second, so good job by him getting over there quick.
Nice job by Zanuto behind the plate to quickly pick up that ball. And a good throw right on the money to second base, but just not in time to throw out Dickerson.
It's an opportunity that the Giants definitely needed to capitalize on, and they did, and that's one of the things here at Shell Place, JC, is there's a lot of space behind home plate. So you got to be really careful with a wild pitch, because it could very easily lead to runners getting to the next base.
Well, that's just the thing, too, with the wild pitches at home plate. Like, you don't really have high built-up solid walls. Mm-hmm. It's about a 1 foot little gap, and then it's all netting. So you can't rely on a good bounce right back to you here if there's a wild pitch.
Full count here for McMillan, as he will call time. Dickerson able to advance to second after a wild pitch. Only 1 out for the Giants in this inning. And a high pitch will walk McMillan. So now a runner on first and on second for the Giants with only the one out. Looks like a good start to this inning for them.
Well, they've got two on here as we get into the bottom third of the batting order. Bose up to bat now for the Giants. Coming into this game, Bose hitting .325 on the season. Got a couple home runs, 13 RBIs for the Giants, and 6 extra base hits. Could use one right now to bring in a run.
This is one of the guys on the Giants roster that you want at bat in a situation like this, absolutely. Thought about swinging on the first pitch, but he lets it go by. Ball number 1. And he will swing hard on that one. And Yorkton able to turn the double play. So a missed opportunity there for the Giants on a perfectly executed double play by Yorkton.
Yeah, ball hit right to Wilson at short. Wilson able to turn that one into a 6-4-3 double play, and that will end the inning and end the Fort McMurray Giants threat here in the bottom of the second.
Well, we'll step away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the top of the third inning here for you at Shell Place. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
A cardio moment from CrossFit Crude.
Do you, Sharon, take Lyle to be your husband?
I don't know. Look, there's someone else.
Because cardio can happen when you least expect it.
We've got a runaway bride!
Whoa, she can really run in those heels.
CrossFit Crude can help you reach your fitness goals. CrossFit Crude is an inclusive, supportive community working together with all fitness levels. Begin your journey to a healthier you. CrossFit Crude, better together. Visit CrossFitCrude.com.
It's so hot.
Ugh, I know.
No, I mean your Giants baseball t-shirt. Where'd you get it?
Did you know Bumper to Bumper is the only spot besides Shell Place to get your Giants baseball merch? Step up to the plate at Bumper to Bumper in Thickwood. And gear up for summer driving too. Bumper to Bumper has everything you need. Auto parts, accessories, cleaning and detailing products. Where's your one-stop shop to make sure you and your vehicle look hot this season? Bumper to Bumper, 213 Timberline Drive in Thickwood.
This is CJOK, Fort McMurray, #1 for country.
Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball.
Hi, I'm Ryan Dunn, pitcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
Welcome back to Shell Place. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth. Bumper to Bumper with 2 convenient locations, one in Thickwood and one in Gregoire.
Into the top of the third and leading off now. We're back to the top of the order for the Yorkton Cardinals with the designated hitter Jones stepping in. Jones, the leadoff man, hitting .266. Flied out on his first appearance.
On his first swing, too. Very first pitch of the game.
Otter set on the mound. The pitch. Right over the plate. Strike 1. Jones 0 for 1 now. Otter has a signal. Set. Pitch is in. Swing and a foul right back towards us here in the broadcast booth. Just nicked the top of that fence.
It doesn't happen often that a ball lands in here, but every once in a while it does.
Well, I have the worst luck in the world, so brace yourself tonight, Ben. Jones steps back into the batter's box. 0-2 count. Otter. Set. Pitch. Swing and a foul again right at the knees. Bounce that one off his foot. Jones will walk that one off.
And those are always the tough plays when the ball ends up hitting you at bat. Can ruin your concentration a little bit. You have to wonder, how much that one stings, if the foot has the ability to take some of the pressure on it.
I mean, you're running right now on adrenaline, but he gets back to the dugout after this, and that thing has a potential to swell up a little bit. There's a pitch in. That one just outside. 1-2 the count now to Jones. Both teams with 1 hit so far. here in the top of the third. No score from Shell Stadium. Hodder set on the mound. Delivers. That one bounces in the dirt. Good job by North to block it. No threat, though, with no base runners here. Jones, the designated hitter, leading off this top of the third. 2-2 the count now. Hodder stares in, gets a signal. Hodder winds, delivers, swing and a miss on that one. Just tagged it back to the fence here. So a foul tip there, and the count remains 2-2.
Jones doing a good job here of at least finding some contact with the ball and extending his stay at the plate.
Jones stepping back into the batter's box now. 2-2 as Hodder is set. Pitch, and that one again fouled back right into the netting behind home plate. Count remains 2-2 as Jones is running up the pitch count on Hodder now. 4 strikeouts for him on the day so far in the 6 batters that he's faced, 7 batters that he's faced, with that one hit, a double coming in the top of the first. Hodder again delivers. That one just a bit high. Looked like he might have got the tops of the strike zone right at the letters there, but the umpire did not agree, and we have a full count here, 3-2 to Jones.
As this has been a very solid at-bat, at least just for the confidence of Jones and being able to stay up there and extend the pitch count on Hodder.
Hodder looking in. Delivers, swung, and belted back to center field. In comes the center fielder. Right under it there is Stickler, and he makes the catch. A semi-loud out here for the first out of the inning, as Hodder gets the better of Jones, the leadoff hitter. Haley will be up next to bat. That's the center fielder for the Yorkton Cardinals.
It's good contact there made by Jones. Just didn't have enough power to drop in front of Stickler, had too much power to drop in front of him and not enough to carry beyond him. A pretty routine catch there made by Stickler in center field.
There's a pitch and a hit. That one going out to right field. Shading in is the right fielder, Richardson, and he makes the grab.
And that's got to feel good for Hodder after a fairly lengthy at-bat by Jones. You get Hall out very quickly.
Well, you don't want to wear out your arm with a guy running up the pitch count and battling you like Jones did to start, but a quick first pitch out there on Haley. And now Niemi batting third in the order. The left fielder steps up. 290 on the season for him. He reached second on a ground roll double in the top of the first.
And just announced here in stadium, he is the beer batter for tonight. And that's a new feature that was brought in this year.
First pitch fouled back. You're going to have to explain to me what the beer batter is.
They pick one player on the opposing team, the broadcast crew, here at Shell Place, the in-stadium one. And every time he's at bat, if he fails to make it to first base, beer is on sale for the rest of the inning.
All right, well, let's go Hodder here, who has 4 strikeouts. 2 outs, 0-1 count, and that one driven to left. It looks like it's in foul territory, running for it, but they will not get there to make the play. Count runs now 0-2.
It's a great way to get the crowd involved with the beer batter, and JC, it could not have started on a better note. The very first beer batter that we had, his first swing, it was a very wet day, lost the grip on his bat, airmailed it out to third base, and the crowd went ballistic.
Just how much on sale are we talking about here?
I think it's
asking for a friend, of course.
You can get 2 beers for $10 is the sale, I believe.
I am happy with that. I know a bargain when I see one at the ballpark. You can't even get one for that in Toronto.
Yeah.
Pitch low in the dirt there. North blocks it. That's a count of 1-2 now with 2 out. Niemi still at the plate, the left fielder. Doubled in the first. Hodder looks in. Delivers. That one low and away again. And the count runs to 2-2 now.
This is kind of what we saw from Hodder on his last appearance here at Shell Place. Was started strong, had a little bit of control issues in the middle part of his stay there at the mound, and then he did finish on a very strong point too, so hopefully he can collect himself a little bit here.
Hodder has his signal. The 2-2 pitch. That one just high. And it'll run the count full 3-2 here. As the beer batter looking to spoil the potential of a beer sale here at Shell Place. Hodder again, set on the mound. Full count pitch coming here. Delivers that one, fouled back down the left field line. They're under it, and it is caught. And once again, Hodder gets out of trouble here. Facing a full count, sits down. Niemi, and it's a 3-up, 3-down, top of the third for the Giants. We now go to the home half of the third inning of play, and leading off will be the catcher, North, for the Giants.
And that's what you need as a pitcher, JC, when you find yourself in a little bit of trouble. Some help from the defense, and a good job there by exploiting a pop-out in foul territory that was still playable and get the Giants out of the inning. No runners on base, so there wasn't any trouble, but just nice to get away quickly and continue this game, get back on offense, and hopefully get the bats alive here.
Oh, that sun coming around, you have to wonder if that's going to be a factor in a little bit here as this game continues. McKnight back up on the mound now for the Yorkton Cardinals. 2 strikeouts on the game so far from him. Only 1 hit allowed. And he'll face North in the leadoff position. The catcher coming up to the plate with a 300 average on the season. He's belted in just 4 runs on the year. And only 1 home run on the line for North this year, who will get his 51st at-bat of the season to lead things off here in the bottom of the third. Just a little bit of a delay here as North now comes out of the dugout and heads towards home plate. Adam North getting a couple extra swings in as he steps into the batter's box. McKnight set on the mound. Delivers. That one swung at, but down and low on the inside. So a strike to start the at-bat for North.
Yeah, that one was, as you mentioned, very low, very inside. No chance on that one.
0-1 pitch, that one low, but he swung at it. 0-2 now. As it looks like McKnight's got the read on North here. He likes the low stuff. Expect another off-speed pitch here. That one swung on, belted back to second. It's going to skip into the infield, and that'll be a base hit for North.
That's a good quick turnaround for North. He found himself very quickly behind in the count. Fires a comeback that McKnight just unable to make a play on. Tried to make the barehanded catch, but unable to. And then, as you mentioned, JC dribbles up past second base, splits the shortstop and the second baseman, and a base hit single there for North to lead things off for the Giants, trying to pick up where they left off in the second.
They get what they want here, a leadoff base runner, as Richardson, the right fielder, comes to the plate. First pitch in, bunts it, it's down. North goes to second, and the play made at first as it's picked up by the third baseman, and thrown to first. So a sacrifice bunt there moves the runner into scoring position. First out of the inning. And the Giants looking to challenge. They've left a few men on already this game. But now we turn over the batting order. We're back to Stickler, the center fielder.
And that's one of the biggest strengths for the Giants on offense is their base running.
North on base, he's got 1 stolen base on the season. First pitch in for a strike on Stickler. Stickler stepping back into the batter's box now. McKnight facing down, has his call. Checks the runner at second, delivers. Oh, showing bunt there was Stickler. As the old running bunt towards the ball that was outside. That one called a ball. We're at 1-1. Just one out here. Bottom of the third, no score between the Fort McMurray Giants and the Yorkton Cardinals. McKnight checks the runner, delivers, and that one a high ball. 2-1 the count now.
It's one of the things we saw from Stickler last season and this season. He does whatever he can to get on base. If that's a bunt, if that's a hit by pitch, he will do whatever he needs to do to just get safely on base.
Third base drawn in here on the potential bunt with Stickler at the plate. Second and short playing the top of the dirt infield, and that one fouled back. That'll run the count 2-2 now. Giants open to manufacture a run here. Back at the top of the order. 2-2 to Stickler. McKnight staring down at his catcher. He has his signal. Checking the runner at second. Checks again. McKnight winds, delivers, and that one's going to be fouled back down the first base line. Out into the field along first base it goes. And we're still 2-2.
And just as the Cardinals were doing a good job in the top of the inning of extending a stay at bat and getting some more pitches through Hodder's arm, Stickler now doing that to McKnight.
North, the runner on second. There's a swing, and that one is going to be a strikeout. So Stickler will sit down, the third strikeout of the game there for McKnight. And with a runner on second, there are 2 outs now for the Giants here in the home half of the third. Minarson up next, batting .310 on the season. Giants don't want to strand another base runner here with this opportunity. First pitch in, and that one is a strike. Caught the corner of the plate. And 0-1 to Minarson.
It's unfortunate, JC, because that's been one of the biggest struggles of the Giants on offense this season, is stranding runners.
McKnight turns around, and he tried to pick off North at second. They had a set play there as the shortstop came flying in, but they were just not able to execute that one properly. North had a big lead off at second.
It was a close one, and it was, as you mentioned, a play that they've definitely practiced and almost worked there.
McKnight delivers. There's a swing, and that one bounces up the third base line, and it rolls foul. So we'll reset here with an 0-2 count.
That looked like a good opportunity there for the Giants to get runners on corners, but ball just doesn't stay fair, and hopefully we can see something similar happen here for Minarson, who's behind in the count 0-2.
McKnight back on the mound. 3 strikeouts for him on the day so far. Giants have 2 hits. Runner at second. 2 outs. McKnight delivers. That one high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Minarson. Steps back in the batter's box. McKnight hoping to end this inning here and get a rest in this heat. He delivers, and a swing, and that one's going to get through. Into center it goes. North coming around. Center fielder drops the ball. North is going to score, and the Giants get on the board first with a base single into center field.
Yeah, that was just a perfectly placed ball there by Minarson. Very similar to the hit that was laid down back in the second. Just splits the gap between the shortstop and the second baseman, and he's able to drive in North for the first run of this game.
Okay, McKnight deals now up at the plate. Lindau takes that one for a strike. So the sacrifice bunt earlier in the inning helps. A run manufactured here. The Giants have the lead, 1-0. 2 outs here, bottom of the third, and an 0-1 count for Lindau. McKnight tries to pick off the runner at first, and it's in the air. And coming around now, headed to third is Minarson. Minarson's going to easily make it to third. And just like that, a missed pickoff attempt. And the Giants have another run 90 feet away.
And those are the type of mistakes, JC, that you just can't afford to make if you want to win the game. That really could come back and cost the Cardinals, especially in a game right now that's been pretty low scoring to start.
McKnight delivers. That one fouled back. That's going to get into the stands, and youngster almost made the catch. He had a line on it, but it went just over his glove. 0-2 now, 2 outs. Runner on third. Minarson looking to come home. Lindau at the plate. We'll see if McKnight can rebound from that mental error that moved the runner from first to third. Here's the pitch, and that one swung at and missed. That is strike 3, the 4th strikeout of the game for McKnight. But the Giants do the damage. They score a run here, strand a runner at third, and lead this one 1-0 as we head to the 4th.
We're going to step away now for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have that 4th inning. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. McMurray Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. McMurray's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call McMurray today, 780-790-6666.
Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball.
Hi, I'm Josh Ionetti, catcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. You're listening to Giants baseball on Country 93.3.
Welcome back to Shell Place. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth. Bumper to Bumper with 2 convenient locations, one in Thickwood and one in Gregoire.
Well, both pitchers so far have had their moments. Both have 4 strikeouts, but both have also committed some mental errors. Hodder with a couple batters hit by pitch, and then just in the last inning, we had an airmailed throw-out attempt by McKnight that moved a runner from first to third. No damage done, though, but the Giants did strike in the bottom of the third, and they lead this one by a score of 1-0.
And that's what I think this game is going to come down to, JC. It's going to be a combination of who can limit the mistakes that you make and who can win that mental battle. Both these teams are going to get themselves into situations where you got to show a little bit of mental fortitude. You got to battle back, get yourself out of jam. Tyler Hodder been able to do that a couple times already tonight, and he's looked sharp.
And we're into the middle of the batting order now. Jepson at the plate, takes a pitch, and he drives that one deep to center field. Center field moving, comes off the wall. Picking it up there is Stickler. Stickler drops it. The batter moves to third, slides in easily with no throw, and just like that, the game-tying run 90 feet from the plate for the Yorkton Cardinals as Jepson fired that one back to the wall.
Yeah, he got all of that one, and we talked about this at the start of the game, JC. You got the high wall in center field there. If that was hit out along one of the baselines, I think that one might have made it over the shorter walls and be good for a home run. So as bad as it looks, could have been a little bit worse, which is scary to think.
So Jepson swung at the first pitch he saw, drove it deep right back to the wall, 405 feet in center field. And now the second batter up here. This is the third baseman. Yeah, he fouls back the first one. 0-1 the count now. We'll see how Hodder responds after giving up that big hit to put the tying run at third. No out here as we start the top of the 4th from Shell Place.
And, you know, we were just talking about the mental fortitude, the ability to come back after you get yourself in a jam.
Hodder, second pitch in. That one in the dirt. 1-1 the count now. To the third baseman. Hodder gets his sign, checks the runner at third. Hodder winds, delivers. That one fouled down. Looked like it got the foot of the third baseman, who checks it. Is it or yay? What are we calling this guy?
That's a great question.
We're calling him Who's on first? It's count of 1-2 now. As Hodder has his signal on the mound for the Giants. Delivers. That one swung at, hit right to the second baseman. He looks at home, decides to concede the run. They'll get the runner at first, and we are tied here at 1 now.
You hate to give up that tying run, but I think that was the right decision there, JC. Again, based on how much space you have behind home plate and the opportunity of a wild pitch to home that, not only could a player score, but then you'll also advance the runner much further past first. So it's tough to give up that run, but I think the right call made there.
I think so. It looked like Jepson had a bit of a jump on it, so he was already going to beat the throw from second to home anyway. So get the out, take what you can get here, and we'll go with a tied game now in the top of the fourth. First pitch in, a ball. Batter now Kellington, the second baseman, up for the Cardinals. There's a pitch. That one in for a strike, and we're at 1-1.
And if you're Tyler Hodder up there on the mound, you just need to settle down. Yep, you gave up a run, but that happens. That's baseball. The bats have been fairly active for the Giants so far. You just got to rely on your teammates.
Hodder a pitch and another strike, 1-2 now. Potentially looking for his fifth strikeout on the day. Hodder nods at the signal. Sets. Pitches in. That one swung at and fouled back. That'll keep the count at 1-2 here.
And strikeout here obviously does a couple things. One, gets you closer to getting out of the inning, keeps another base runner off base, but most importantly, puts a little bit of swagger back in Tyler Hodder if he can get the strikeout here.
Not much of a breeze here at a very hot Shell Stadium. Hodder with the pitch. That one flied up right to the shortstop. Rahela will bring that one in, and that is the second out of the inning now as Hodder gets that infield fly ball he was looking for.
And again, that's what you need as a pitcher, is you need some help on defense. And so far the Giants fielders have been up to the task. There was that ground out double back in the first, but aside from that, they've been pretty sharp.
First pitch into Zanotto. That one a strike for Hodder. 2 out, nobody on for Yorkton here in the top of the fourth inning. They've got a run, and we've tied this ball game here at 1. As Hodder set on the mound, delivers a pitch. That one looked like it might have caught the corner, but the umpire disagrees. The ball is in, and the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, that one definitely close to being a strike, but just a little bit outside the zone, as you mentioned, and that's something you got to get used to in this league, is different umpires are going to have slightly different strike zones.
Hodder, the 1-1 pitch. That one way outside and low for ball 2. The catcher, Zanotto, at the plate. Struck out last inning, I believe. As Hodder looks in. There's the 2-1 pitch to Zanotto. Swung at that one, and that was way outside of the zone. North couldn't even snag that one. Strike 2 called. A crucial 2-game homestand here for the Fort McMurray Giants, trying to get into the playoffs to squeak in, facing a Yorkton team below them in the standings. 2 out here, top of the fourth. 1-1 is the score. No one on for the Cardinals. As Hodder on the mound for the Giants delivers, and that one, they're going to call that strike 3. So Hodder picks up his 5th strikeout on the game, and they get out of the inning, surrendering a run to tie the game. 1-1 the score as we head to the home half of the fourth here. Giants baseball here at Shell Stadium, and the fans, a pretty good crowd here tonight.
Yeah, a decent turnout for a Wednesday night game. Obviously, the Giants, it's a quick home trip for them, so anytime we can get the fans out, it's great to see. They got the game tonight, tomorrow, and then they're back on the road until mid-next week when they're back here again. So if you're looking for something to do for the rest of the night, still plenty of time to grab your ticket. And then, again, they play tomorrow. Tickets just $15. Tonight, Wing Wednesday. We've also got the beer batter, so lots of opportunity to enjoy yourself on a beautiful night here in Fort McMurray.
You had me at wings and beer. I think there's some sort of a rule that says we can't have the beer as we call the ball games,
yeah,
unfortunately.
I think that would be frowned upon.
Might have to double-check the employee handbook, but I think it's in there. It might be page 1, actually. So a 1-1 score here as both pitchers, again, have had their moments here in this game. McKnight back on the mound now. Coming into this game with a 2.05 ERA. He's given up 5 earned runs over 17 innings pitched. 4 strikeouts for McKnight on the day so far against the Fort McMurray Giants.
We've seen some offense from both teams, a couple deep hits by Yorkton, and then just some really well executed base running by the Giants to generate offense for them. But this really has been the pitcher's duel that we talked about at the start of the game, JC, it might turn into. So I think it's going to be who can keep their pitch count low, who can stay in the game longer, and stay away from the bullpen here between these two teams.
Well, we are looking now at the shortstop, Rahela, now up to the plate. Here to lead off the home half of the bottom of the 4th. First pitch in there, that's outside for a ball.
He's 0-1 on the night, struck out back in the 2nd, so already ahead in the pitch count's a good sign for him here.
Another pitch in, that one for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Rahela into the batter's box. McKnight has his signal. There's the windup. That one in, and that one strike 2 right down the middle as he swung at that one. Good cut from Rahela there.
Yeah, if he caught connection with that one definitely would have been out there into the field, but just unable to find the ball.
1-2 pitch now from McKnight. That one high. Ball 2 called. 2-2 now to Rahela. We are in the bottom of the 4th. The score 1-1 between Yorkton and the Giants. Rahela, the leadoff man here, takes a shot and a swing and a miss on that one. He strikes out. The 5th strikeout now for McKnight.
And McKnight working at a little bit quicker of a pace than Tyler Hodder. He gets the ball back and doesn't take too long for him to deliver the next pitch. So that's something that the Giants have to be a little aware of and make sure they're set and ready for the pitch to come.
Now up to the plate for the Fort McMurray Giants, the second baseman, Dickerson. Had a nice hit earlier in the game. He's now facing pitch number 1, and that one high for a ball. So 1-0 to start the at-plate appearance for Dickerson. 1 out here. The 1-0 pitch. That one looked like it was outside, but they're going to give it to him. 1-1 now as Dickerson took that one inside. McKnight working quickly, delivers that one high for ball 2.
He's done a good job of battling back after a few mental errors in the 3rd inning. He's come out and looked very sharp here to start the 4th.
Dickerson facing a 2-1 pitch from McKnight. Delivers, that one swung on and foul down the third base line. That'll push the count to 2-2. 1 out here, bottom of the 4th. It's a 1-1 game between the Yorkton Cardinals and the Fort McMurray Giants. Second baseman Dickerson at the plate. Staring down the 2-2 pitch from McKnight. That one just on the outside corner. Outside of the corner, I should say, for a ball. We're running the count full now for Dickerson. McKnight delivers. That one swung on and missed, and a strikeout again. That one, the 6th strikeout and 2nd of the inning. As McKnight sits down another batter looking to go 3 up, 3 down here in the home half of the 4th.
And that's got to be a little frustrating there for Dickerson, as he did a good job of battling through and extending his stay at the plate. But if you're the Giants, you got to realize a lot of strikes being thrown here, a lot of balls being swung at, and you're going up against a very fast, very hot pitcher right now.
Looked like an off-speed pitch there. Stepping in now is McMillan, the first baseman. 1-0 to him. 2 out now. Another pitch, and that one swung on. That one missed, and 1-1 the count as McKnight showing all kinds of different speeds here. Sometimes he's fast pitching, sometimes he's slowing it down, getting the sign that he wants. Now he winds up into the 1-1 pitch, and that one's going to be high. Actually, no. Umpire disagrees. That's a strike.
And changing up the speed, that's what a successful pitcher does. It keeps the batters guessing, keeps them on their toes, and it's hard to track the ball down when you're not sure how quickly it's going to come in.
Well, you're trying to break the routine of the batters as that pitch in high for a ball 2. If you can affect their routine, you can get into their head, and he certainly seems to be doing that. I don't know if that's intentional or this is just the way he's working right now in this heat. 2-2 pitch, 2 out. There's a swing by McMillan, and that one fouled back. 2 out, none on for the Giants here. Bottom of the fourth in a 1-1 game. McKnight on the mound for the Cardinals. Delivers that one high. That'll be ball 3, and we run the full count once again. Will it be 3 strikeouts to end this inning for McKnight, or will McMillan reach base here? Here's the full count pitch. That one swung on and bounces in front of the plate. Dead ball called by the umpire, and we'll try that one again.
We've seen quite a few of those tonight, actually, where it's just a foul ball that goes either off a player or off the ground right in front of the home plate.
As mentioned, this is a big 2-game series at home here for the Fort McMurray Giants, whose playoff hopes are on the line. Full count pitch in. That one belted. It looks like it could be a blooper into center field, and it is, as McMillan will safely reach on the 3-2 count pitch.
Jace Wilson trying to get over. Sorry, that was Colin Kellington, second baseman for the Cardinals, trying to get over there in time, but just didn't have the speed to get there. A shallow blooper, as you mentioned, JC, just falling in near center field. So good job there by McMillan to safely reach base. With 2 outs, Giants have some work to do, but let's see if they're up to the task.
Batting now, the left fielder, Bose, at the plate, batting .325 on the season. Takes the first pitch, and that one fouled back. That'll go right out of Shell Place here. It was fouled back so far. So a runner on for the Giants here. 2 out in the bottom of the fourth. Game tied at 1. Bose at the plate. 0-1 count as McKnight checking the runner at first. A little bit of a lead off over there at first, but instead he delivers that one inside in a wild pitch, and the runner advancing to second as McMillan easily moves up. Looked like he got in the head of McKnight there that was staring them down at first. He decided to pitch, and that pitch was just outside the reach of Zanotto, the catcher. So a wild pitch should be charged to the pitcher on that one. And now a runner in scoring position.
There definitely was an extended pause by McKnight between that pitch, and I think you're right, JC. I think he got into his head a little bit.
Bose had swung at that pitch that was in the dirt, so that is charged as a strike. 0-2 pitch now, swung and missed, and a third strikeout on the inning. No damage done by the Giants, but it was the tying run in the top of the fourth that has been the difference. We are all tied at 1 between the Yorkton Cardinals and the Fort McMurray Giants here from Shell Place as we head to the 5th.
We'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have that 5th inning for you. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
After a long, cold winter, we finally passed that hurdle, and it's time to get down and dirty in the garden.
Ooh la la.
Find everything you need to get your yard and garden in tip-top shape for summer at Home Hardware. Choose from a huge selection of soils, seeds, plants, and rocks. Plus, patio furniture and barbecues to turn your yard into an oasis. Soak up every moment of the season with a little help from Home Hardware on Franklin Avenue in Fort McMurray.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. McMurray Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. McMurray's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call McMurray today, 780-790-6666.
You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
Welcome back to Shell Place. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the bumper-to-bumper broadcast booth as we are set to bring you the top of the 5th inning here between the Fort McMurray Giants and the visiting Yorkton Cardinals.
Yeah, we're all tied up at 1 here at Shell Place, a crucial series as Hodder retakes the mound. He will face the leadoff hitter, that is Swisher, to lead off the top of the 5th here. Swisher reached base in the 2nd. Looks in now. Hodder has a signal on the mound. First pitch of the inning. That one Looked like he might have gotten the corner, but it's called a ball just outside. Right fielder Swisher looking in on a pitch. That one right down the middle, and that one's going to be a strike, so the count to 1-1 now. Swisher, not a great season. Hitting .077 coming into this game. Otter on the mound. Delivers. That one swung on and fouled back. Up and over the roof, just over the broadcast booth here at Shell Place.
That happens a lot.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Swisher. No outs. Nobody on here. Otter on the mound for the Giants delivers. That one swung on, hit hard. It's going to drop into left center. Quickly on it is Stickler, and quickly enough to hold Swisher at first. So a base hit here to lead off the inning for the Yorkton Cardinals.
Yeah, good job by Stickler there to get over. Just unable to catch the ball, but he makes sure it doesn't get by him and makes sure that Swisher's pinned there on first after he made good connection and drops a well-placed ball out there in mid-center field.
Bottom of the order now, Wilson up to bat. He shows bunt, but the pitch in there. Waiting for them to update the scoreboard. It looked like it was right down the middle, but they're going to call that outside for a ball. So Wilson, the shortstop, up to bat now. Attempting to move the runner over at first. There's a quick pickoff play to first base, but Otter couldn't get the pitch there in time. Wilson up at the plate. Swisher reached on a single out to left center. And a bunt laid down. Swisher will move to first. Going to be a challenge here for Hodder to get him, but he got him as Hodder had to chase down that ball. McMillan couldn't come off the bag. He wisely stayed there. Hodder was able to pick up the ball and flip it to first and get the out. They do successfully move the runner over to second, though. So that is the first out of the inning. A runner in scoring position here for the Cardinals. As we turn over the order, the designated hitter Jones back up to the plate, and now North, the catcher, out to chat with Hodder at the mound. Obviously, he's seen a few things behind the plate, knows a couple things about the DH, who's up to hit right now for the Cardinals. Umpire comes out to check on them, and that will end the meeting as Jones will step in to get ready to hit here. North heads back behind the plate. And Hodder will be set on the mound. Looks like they're keeping the shortstop relatively close to Swisher, leading off at second. Hodder takes a look at him. Attention should be on the top of the order here as Hodder delivers. First pitch in there, and that one is a little bit inside. That's a ball.
And going to that last play, not really expecting Tyler Hodder to be able to get over to that ball as fast as he did. He's a big guy up there on the mound, but he shows off some athleticism, not just getting there in time, but flipping the ball over from his glove. And a really good play there to make sure he got the out.
There's the 1-0 pitch to Jones. That one again on the outside of the plate. That's ball 2 now. We're in the top of the 5th, 1-1 the score. 1 out here. Runner at second for the Cardinals. Hodder on the mound for the Giants. 5 strikeouts on the day for him as he delivers. That one bounces, and a good job by North to get in front of it. Swisher thinking about taking third on that one. Good control by North.
That's the second time tonight that he showed a very strong presence behind the plate, making sure that what could turn into a wild pitch doesn't get by him.
3-0 count here on Jones, the designated hitter. You got to believe the green light is on for him right now. Hodder delivers that one high, and that is going to be a walk issued to the leadoff hitter Jones as we turn over the order. And now 2 runs on, 1 out as the Cardinals threatening here in the top of the 5th.
4 straight balls thrown there by Hodder. You can tell by the body language, not what he wanted to do, a little disappointed. And again in this game finds himself in a little bit of a jam that he'll have to put some work in and maybe get a little bit of help from his teammates to get out of.
It's the 10th walk issued on the season by Hodder. Runners at first and second, 1 out here. Hodder looking in on the number 2 hitter, Halley. Halley takes that one, and that is the 5th straight ball thrown by Hodder.
After all the strikes thrown in that last inning by McKnight, this is what you can't have for the Giants. You need to start throwing some and getting some outs.
Just with the way that these runners are leading off, pitch there in the dirt. That one swung on, 1-1 the count. These runners taking their lead. You wonder if they're going to do anything like a double steal attempt here to move the runners. See if they can really get in the head of Hodder. Runners at first and second. 1-1 count, 1 out. Hodder checks second. Delivers. That one swung on, and it's hit down the left field line. Is it going to be foul? Yes, it is.
And that's a very lucky break there for Tyler Hodder, because that one was close to staying fair and going yard. That would have driven in 3 runs and really put the pressure on the Giants.
Not really much for wind tonight, so it's not really a factor in pushing balls fair, foul, or out of the ballpark. One out, top of the 5th, 1-1 the score. Runners on first and second for Yorkton. Hodder on the mound with a 1-2 count. Wines delivers. That one swung on and missed. Strike 3. Hodder sits down his 6th batter on K's here tonight. And that one a big out for the Fort McMurray Giants. They needed that one. It was either that or a double play ball. They get the strikeout. And now coming to the plate will be the left fielder, Niemi.
And as you mentioned, a very important out there for the Giants. And after Hodder almost giving up a 3-run homer there, was able to recollect himself, get the strikeout, and I think that goes a long way to helping his confidence.
There's the delivery. That one hit right up the line to first base. It's snagged there by McMillan, and he'll trot it back to first base to tag the bag, and that will be it. 2 hitters reach base, but they get stranded as nothing doing for the Yorkton Cardinals here, who are threatening. The score remains 1-1. Here now heading into the home half of the 5th inning.
And again, you see the resiliency there shown not just by Tyler Hodder, but by his teammates stepping up, helping him get out of a jam and continue this game tied at 1 apiece. After a very early start for Yorkton, looked like they could really do some damage and generate some offense, unable to. And now hopefully the Giants can pick up where they left off and maybe start driving in a couple more runs.
Well, the offense needs to get going here. We've certainly seen some good power hitting from the Yorkton Cardinals, unable to really convert that into any runs. Just the 1 run scored from them. That one came back in the 4th to tie things up. And the Fort McMurray Giants this inning are going to start, I believe, with the catcher North should be the first one out here.
Yeah, should be North leading things off. Richardson after him. And that brings us back to the top of the order of Jordan Stickler.
3, 2, 1, go!
So it looks like we have some races happening here right now. Piggyback races, I suppose these are, as the fans play for prizes. Great game atmosphere here at Shell Place. Definitely a family-friendly environment if you ever think about bringing the kids down, and certainly not a type of thing that's going to cost you a lot of money either. It's pretty good entertainment for your dollar.
$15 gets you in, and as we've talked about, lots to see and do here. Some great ways to get involved with the fans and the families, and now that it's summertime, the kids out of school, maybe they're driving you a little bit crazy, bring them out to the ballpark.
And you can have a couple beers without having to mortgage your house, which is a nice little feature here that kept the prices very fan-friendly as North leads in and looks in at strike 1 thrown. Northcott looking on that one. We're here in the home half of the 5th inning. Giants tied with the Yorkton Cardinals 1-1. North, the first batter now. There's the 0-1 pitch, and that one Oh, they're going to give that to him. It looked like it might have been a little bit high on the outside of the plate, but 0-2 the call now.
Yeah, I thought that one was good for a ball, but I'm up here, umpire's down there, and he's the one that gets to make the official call.
Well, they seem to get it right most of the time. And there's a swing on, and that one hit right to the second baseman. It gets through him, and reaching base there will be North. It looked like the second baseman, Kellington, was going to come up with that, but it squeaked right between his glove and his arm out into right field. They quickly turn it around, but not before North reaches base.
And that's another error, another mistake made by the Yorkton Cardinals that the Fort McMurray Giants are able to capitalize on. Now you need to take it one step further. You need to drive a runner home here.
That error charged to Kellington, as showing bunt there was Richardson, the right fielder, up to bat now. Another one of those running bunt attempts. That one way outside, though, a ball. So 1-0 the count. North on first. No out here. Bottom of the fifth. Richardson up to bat. Richardson again shows bunts, and that one was outside. They're going to call that one a strike. And so it's now 1-1. Third baseman, Yeh, playing in on this one.
The Giants,
other infields remain deep.
Really just trying to advance the runner here if they can.
Looking at Richardson's numbers, he's hitting .256 on the season, so when you've got a guy that can make contact, it's surprising that you're going to throw away an out here. McKnight again, that one bunt successfully made. They pick it up, they'll throw to first in time. They get Richardson, but they move the runner successfully over to second, so North on second now on the sacrifice bunt there by Richardson.
And that's actually Richardson's second sacrifice bunt of the game. As again, the Giants just want to try and get that runner into scoring position and try and bring him home.
I mean, when you go back and forth, I mean, the baseball purists will tell you that bunting, manufacturing runs all part of the game. The statisticians will tell you much differently. Why take an out?
Yep.
Especially with a guy that, based on his numbers, obviously is a guy that can make contact and move the runner naturally. And there's another bunt laid down. This one might be good. North moves in, and that throw not even close. The first baseman, Jepson, had to come way in. He was not going to get the leadoff man, Stickler, who lays down a bunt. Runners at the corners now with one out here in the bottom of the fifth. And the Giants in place to put a go-ahead run on the board. 90 feet away is North on third base.
And Stickler is just so fast that when he lays down a proper bunt, that one dribbling up the third base line, he can make it on base very easily. As you mentioned, JC, that throw wasn't even close, and now he is a threat to steal. He's a threat to advance himself along. Puts a lot of pressure on McKnight with a runner, as you say, 90 feet away.
Menarson now. McKnight's really looking over at first. He's got to watch third base. McKnight delivers that one low. Ball one in for the first pitch as the third baseman Menarson at the plate. 1 out, 1-1 game. Runners on the corners here for the Fort McMurray Giants. Bottom of the fifth. There's a pitch, and that one is going to be in for a strike. Menarson now at 1-1. McKnight on the mound for the Yorkton Cardinals. Keeping an eye on first base. Decent lead off there for Stickler. He chooses to throw to him in the air, mails the throw. Run from third is going to score. Stickler now around second to third. He's going to get the stop sign. He wanted to go home, but they put the stop sign up. So Stickler will be held at third. But the Giants will go ahead on a second airmailed throw to first base. I'm not sure what McKnight was thinking on that one.
Yeah, that was one that should have been a textbook throw over because Stickler went. He saw the turnover and he went, and he was going to get caught either in a rundown or going back to first. Instead, just completely airmailed that throw over to first. Not even close. Big mental mistake by a pitcher so far who's pitched a masterful game.
Menarson in, 1-1 counts. That one, ball two. So another run now 90 feet away, threatening to score for the Giants as they are fully in McKnight's head. You got to know when he gets back to the dugout, the coach is going to say, just forget about that first base throw. There's a pitch, and that one fouled back. That'll be fouled back right to the dugout of the Cardinals. 2-2 the count. 1 out. Giants up 2-1 now. On the airmailed throw, the throwing error charged the pitcher. That's the second error on McKnight this game. 3 errors on the ball game for the Cardinals. McKnight with a 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Chopper back to the mound. They run that one down the play at home. They missed him. He tags, and I think they're going to call that out. It looks like they might have missed him. There's a bit of an argument with Stickler at the plate now. But they may have just gotten him on the tag. Unfortunately, at this level, video replay, not a thing. And it's really tough from the angle we had up here to tell if that tag was applied or not. He might have just got the jersey of Stickler.
It was definitely very close, but an aggressive run home there by Stickler. Almost had a chance to really open things up here in the 5th.
So that's the second out of the inning now. Stickler thrown out. Menarson at first. There's a ground ball hit right to the shortstop, picked up and thrown on to second for the third out of the inning. But the Giants do some damage. They get the go-ahead run and now lead 2-1 here after 5 innings of play at Shell Place.
Yeah, exactly the inning they needed to get back on top of this and hopefully get in the head a little bit of a pitcher who so far has pitched a very strong game against you. So we're going to step away for a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have that 5th inning for you here at Shell Place. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
It's so hot.
Ugh, I know.
No, I mean your Giants baseball t-shirt. Where'd you get it?
Did you know Bumper to Bumper is the only spot besides Shell Place to get your Giants baseball merch? Step up to the plate at Bumper to Bumper in Gregoire and gear up for summer driving too. Bumper to Bumper has everything you need. Auto parts, accessories, cleaning and detailing products. Where's your one-stop shop to make sure you and your vehicle look hot this season? Bumper to Bumper, 223 McAlpine Crescent in Gregoire.
Feel the heat in all the right places this summer when you invite Cancel Safety to the party. Their certified technicians specialize in fire extinguisher servicing and recharging, making sure you're ready when things get too hot to handle. With fire alarm services, emergency lighting, competitive pricing, and a state-of-the-art mobile unit bringing Cancel to you 24/7, the good times never end badly with Cancel Safety. Locally owned and operated and online at cancel.ca. That's CANSAL.ca.
Let's clear a few things up. We're at
93.3 FM.
On your tuner.
95.7 on site.
And our call letters are
CJOK.
Just in case it comes up on trivia night.
Number 1 for country.
Country 93.3. All right, let's play ball. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball.
On Country 93.3.
Welcome back to Shell Place. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth. Bumper to Bumper with 2 convenient locations, 1 in Thickwood and 1 in Gregoire. We take you now to the top of the 6th inning.
And working quickly is Hodder. He's got a pitch in for a strike to start the inning. Yorkton Cardinals up to bat, sending up Jepson, the first baseman. Jepson swung on back to the mound, gets past the pitcher. Running in is the second baseman, but not there in time with the throw to first. So a leadoff base hit for the Cardinals here to start the 6th inning.
Yeah, difficult play there for both Dickerson and Hodder to make. It's just a well-hit ball. Dribbles out in the field. The throw was almost there in time, just didn't have the juice to make it. And the Cardinals are going to try and put the pressure right back on Tyler Hodder after surrendering a run in the 5th.
That'll bring up the third baseman. Yeah, there's a pitch in. That one driven right to the shortstop. Makes the catch to first. He goes, and in time. A great play by the shortstop, Rahela, who's able to come up with that ground ball. Took a look at second and then fired a strike to first base to get the runner.
That was an excellent throw by Rahela. I didn't think he had the arm to make it over in time, but he proves me wrong. And even though you do now have a runner at second and scoring, that was a very important out to get by the Giants.
So Jepson advances to second on the play. Rahela throws out at first. And we have the first out of the inning here. The catcher, North, back out to the mound to talk to Hodder. As the second baseman, Kellington, will come on now.
It's interesting to see North in the game right now. One of the other catchers for this Fort McMurray team, JC, is Josh Iannetti, and he and Tyler Hodder have played a lot of baseball together over the years, have a very good relationship, good chemistry. So just interesting to see someone else behind home plate there.
First pitch in, a comebacker right to the mound. That's caught immediately by Hodder. He took a look at second, runner not moving, so he fires it over to first for the out. And that's 2 now down for the Yorkton Cardinals. 2-1, the Giants leading this one here in the top of the 6th. Runner at second. The leadoff hitter has reached second base, about 2 outs since then. And Hodder with a chance here to get out of the second now as he faces the catcher, Zanudu. Hodder checks the runner, throws. That one right down the middle for a strike, 0-1 to start.
And that leadoff single definitely put the pressure on early, but Hodder making quick work now. 2 quick outs to follow, just one away from another quick inning in this ball game.
Hodder hoping to get out of this one with the potential time run at second. That one, a wild pitch, but North controls it easily. It looks like Jepson was thinking about taking third, but when he saw how well North controlled that ball in the dirt, he thought better against it.
Yeah, it would have been a risky play. I mean, this is getting late in the game where you might have to start taking more risks and being more aggressive, but at the same time, you don't want to do anything too rash. So a patient play by Jepson at second there.
1-1 pitch. Zanudo at the plate, swung on and fouled back to the bat catching cage here at Shell Place. It's a 2-1 game for the home Fort McMurray Giants here in the top of the 6th, 2 out. The count 1-2 to Zanudu. Hodder on the mound. Takes a look back at second. Gets set. Checking the runner one more time as he delivers. That one swung on. It'll be an infield hit to the shortstop who tried to make the play. Now the runner advancing to home and easily tagged out at home as he got a little bit greedy. There was a miscommunication on the infield as Rahela went for it. Dickerson stepped in as the second baseman as the ball bounced right to him. Jepson tried to take home, but was easily thrown down, and the Giants will get out of the inning with no damage.
And we talk about some of the mistakes that the Yorkton Cardinals have made that the Giants have been able to capitalize on and almost see one come back and bite the Giants. So a great job there by Dickerson to show some support and help out his teammate who is in desperate need of it.
Just a little bit of greedy base running. I didn't check the third base coach to see if he waved him through or if he blew the stop sign on that play, but just the fact that Rahela got a little bit of luck from the baseball gods there with the ball bouncing over to Dickerson. He was able to make the play at home quite easily, in fact.
Yeah, good arm strength shown, and as you mentioned, that's one of the things that you have to make sure you do is relying on your coaches, following through what they're telling you to do, and pointed it out a few moments ago. There's a time to get aggressive and take risks, and there's a time not to, and this time proved to be one of those ones where you should have just stayed at third and waited for your chance to hopefully be driven home.
Yeah, runners would have been safe all around had that play not been made, but that is the way she goes. Into the bottom of the 6th we go now. Giants leading 2-1. McKnight still on the mound for the Yorkton Cardinals, who had a long bus ride here. Things starting to cool down a little bit at Shell Place. Temperature still high at 26, but the sun starting to peek behind the other side of the stadium. Rahela will be up first, the shortstop for the Fort McMurray Giants. McKnight into the delivery. That one very inside and off the plate. Ball 1.
Haven't seen any action yet from either bullpen. Starting to see a little bit of activity in the Fort McMurray one. No one warming up yet, but there's a couple players and a catcher over there right now.
Low pitch, ball 2. Rahela looked like he might have been showing bunt there. Home half of the 6th, no out. Giants up 2-1. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Not even close on that one. McKnight looks to his catcher, has his sign. Winds, delivers, and that one very inside. Looked like it could have potentially tagged Rahela on the arm. So a 3-1 count now. See if Rahela gets the green light. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back. That'll drive the count to full. Bottom of the 6th. Giants are up 2-1. Rahela up first this inning. Here's McKnight on the mound with the pitch. Swung on, hit hard. It's going to go down the left field line. That'll drop in for a base hit. Will it be 2? No, it will not. Stopping there is Rahela at first. And the Giants have the leadoff hitter aboard.
Yeah, good solid contact there by Rahela. Drops it in right in between the left fielder and the third baseman, so no real immediate defensive play there. It looked like he was thinking about going for second, but wisely decided not to, and now he's on base and off to a good start in this inning for the Giants.
Now the second baseman Dickerson up. Takes that first pitch in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Rahela led off the inning. He's on first. Giants up 2-1 here. Home half of the 6th inning. McKnight on the mound for the Cardinals. Looks over at Rahela at first. Checks him again. He'll deliver. There's a steal attempt by Rahela. Sliding into second. He's in the pole. Airmail to center field. Rahela going to third now. He gets the stop sign. And again, the Giants threaten on another error here by the Cardinals.
It just going from bad to worse for the Cardinals. And it could continue to go that way because mentally you just got to feel so drained, both if you're out there making those errors and as the teammates watching the errors get made. And that one there with Rahela, you know he's putting the pressure on McKnight with the leadoff. He goes, and then just a complete airmail by the catcher Zanudo.
Good base running by Rahela there. Heads up. He holds it first. No out now. Here's the pitch in. That one's high. That'll be ball 2. To Dickerson. You have to imagine they're going to be as patient as possible with no outs and Rahela at third base here. And it doesn't look like the scorekeeper has charged an error. I believe that would have been a throwing error on the catcher that last play, but no error called. Pitch in, swung on, and fouled off there for a strike. 2-2 now to Dickerson.
As you mentioned, this is where you got to show some patience. You're early in the inning. You've got a runner already on third. It's been a tight game, fairly low scoring so far, so runs are at a bit of a premium, and even if you can generate the one, it's a good start.
Well, get as many as you can because that bullpen a bit of a weak point for the Fort McMurray Giants. Rahela taking a big lead as the pitch came in there at third. He's being closely shaded by the third baseman, Count full now. We're in the bottom of the 2nd, none out, one runner at third for the Giants. Dickerson at the plate, pitches in, that one high. And I guess the score clock is a little off again, so now the count is full. Apparently the scorekeeper taking advantage of the beers on sale. So full count, no outs. McKnight with the pitch. That one, that's high, and take a walk down to first base, Dickerson. So runners at the corners with none out here. And the Giants have a chance to do some damage in this home half of the 6th inning.
Second walk of the night there for McKnight. No outs for the Giants. Runners on both corners. This is the best position they've been in pretty much all night. And we'll look to capitalize on it big time.
In the middle of the order here, the first baseman, McMillan, is up at the plate now, hitting 143 on the season. Not likely to drop a bunt with that runner at third, but we've seen stranger things this game already. McKnight on the mound takes a look down to first base at Dickerson. Winds and delivers. That one swung on and hit hard to center field. Center fielder in motion. He is under it and will make the catch. Taking up at third is Rahela, and he will score. So a sacrifice fly by McMillan, and the Giants pad their lead.
Yep, great opportunity that the Giants needed to make sure that they capitalized on, and they did. And that's definitely going to put a little bit of swagger back in their batting order once they start to see the bats come alive a little bit here.
So they're able to get something done, manufacturing that run. 3-1, the Giants lead now. Bottom of the sixth, one out. Dickerson at first. Whoa, and a very high pitch, almost to the backstop. That would have moved the runner to second, as McKnight struggling a little with his control on that one.
Zanudo had to literally jump to make the catch there, so give credit to him on a very athletic play to make sure that he helps his pitcher out a little bit.
The left fielder Bose at the plate now. 1-0 pitch to him, swung on, hit, that's popped up just into right field. There's their second baseman under it, makes the catch, and that'll be 2 down for the Giants.
For a second there, it almost looked like the right fielder was going to collide with them, as I don't know if there was just a lack of communication, both guys going for that ball.
So 2 down, runner on right now at first for the Giants. The catcher North comes to the plate. McKnight hoping to get out of this inning with only limited damage. 1 run scored to make it 3-1. Home half of the sixth. There's the pitch. That one low. I'm going to call that one a strike. So it's 0-1 now for the catcher North. Dickerson down at first base. McKnight checks him. There's a pitch in, slightly swung on and missed. And they're going to move the runner. I think we have a balk that's been called here.
So I think that's the only thing that would make sense here, right? They would explain the half swing there at home, and then, yeah, the runner advancing over to second. So McKnight really struggling on the mound now.
Dickerson awarded second on a balk by McKnight. Count 0-1, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position now for the Giants. That ball low on the inside. That one called a ball, so we're at 1-1.
The interesting one for me here, JC, still have seen absolutely zero activity in the Cardinals' bullpen. So it looks like they're sticking with McKnight through thick or thin here.
They're going to try to get as much leverage out of him as they can. Is that pitch in there? The 1-1 pitch called strike 2. Giants now down to their last strike this inning. 2 out. Runner at second. The catcher North, the number 8 hitter, up right now for the Giants. Looking to pad the lead. McKnight, the pitcher, checks back at second. Dickerson is moving all over the place, and he's going to step off the rubber now because he's right into his head.
You've airmailed 2 throws down to a base, and you've balked so far. If I'm Dickerson, I'd be dancing all over the place just to get in the head there.
Dickerson looked like he was going to go that pitch low in the dirt. That'll be ball 2 called. So we're at 2-2 here. Dickerson again, a healthy lead at second. Shortstop and the second baseman nowhere near him. There's a pitch. That one is hit right back to the shortstop. And that will do it for the Giants here in the bottom of the sixth. They get what they wanted. They get a run scored, leave a runner stranded, and now lead the Yorkton Cardinals by a score of 3-1. We'll head to the seventh here from Shell Place.
Right after a quick commercial break, you're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. McMurray Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. McMurray's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call McMurray today, 780-790-6666.
Gather round, Fort McMurray, and let's root for the home team. Boston Pizza Fort McMurray is proud to sponsor Giants baseball on Country 93.3. Head to Boston Pizza before and after Giants games for Boston Pizza's all-new Appy Hour, running Sunday to Thursday from 3 to 6 and 9 to close, featuring select $4 Appies and pints and $5 glasses of wine. At Boston Pizza Fort McMurray, downtown in Timberlea. Watch for special Boston Pizza coupons handed out at Giants games.
You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3, live from the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth.
Welcome back to Shell Place. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth. Bumper to Bumper with two convenient locations, one in Thickwood and one in Gregoire.
Well, pretty good game so far here at Shell Place. The hometown Giants up by a score of 3-1. Heading into the seventh inning, Yorkton back up at the plate, and they will lead things off with the catcher Zanato, I believe, is going to be coming up to the plate here. Starting to see some action in both bullpens as we head into the seventh.
I know from experience talking with Pat Riley, who is suspended for this game, the Giants like to get at least 7 innings out of their pitchers if they can. And so far with the night Tyler Hodder's had, it looks like he's going to hit his 7.
You want to be able to ride your starting pitching as far as you can in these games, especially in a year where the bullpen hasn't been super strong. The right fielder to lead off, Swisher. My apologies for that. At first pitch in is a strike to him. So a good start for Hodder in this top of the seventh. Giants up 3-1. Swisher facing an 0-1 count. Pitches in. That one hit. That's flied up, and that'll be an easy catch for the center fielder. Stickler brings that one in, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Yep. Very easy play there for Stickler. Didn't have to move a whole heck of a lot. And good on Hodder for getting a very quick out to start things off in the seventh inning. We do have the seventh inning stretch coming up. Brought to you by Home Hardware. The experts always willing to teach you. Here's how.
Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of seeing where the pitch counts are at here.
Mm-hmm.
Hodder in with a pitch. That one is hit right up the middle to the second baseman. The throw on to first in time, and Wilson will be retired, the shortstop. So just like that, 2 out here in the top of the first with the Giants leading the Cardinals 3-1.
And that's the type of pitching that you like to see from the defense. Give us something in the field that we can make a play on and get the quick out. So good on Hodder for making sure that he's getting that done.
A lot of fly balls, a lot of ground balls for Hodder on the day today. And now we'll head back to the top of the order for the Yorkton Cardinals. The designated hitter Jones comes to the plate. Not a great day at the plate for Jones here. 2 outs, top of the seventh, none on. Hodder on the mound for the Giants. There's the pitch. That one is going to be flied up to left field. Might drop in, and it does for a base hit. As the shortstop, Rahela, went after it. Wasn't able to get there in time. Play thrown back into the infield. That'll hold the runner at first. So a base hit there for the designated hitter Jones. So the Cardinals have a runner on with 2 out here in the top of the seventh. They trailed the Giants by a score of 3-1.
Yeah, tough play there for the Giants defense as it falls right in the middle of that triangle back there of the third baseman, shortstop, and left fielder, with none of them really able to make a play on it other than just make sure that they keep Jones pinned there on first base.
Center fielder Haley at the plate now. Auden throws. That one called a strike. 0-1 for Haley. Jones up on first. Takes a bit of a lead. Hodder not really looking over his shoulder at him. Hodder now spins and fires it to first. No play there, as Jones was quick to get back.
Right back out, taking a pretty healthy lead off first, though.
Jones into the lead off again. Hodder just watching him at the corner of his eye over his shoulder. He's set now. The pitch in. That one swung on and hits into the gap between third and short. That'll be another base hit, and now the Cardinals threatening with 2 runs on and a runner in scoring position. 2 out here. Top of the 7th inning at Shell Place. Giants are leading this one by a score of 3-1. Jones and the center fielder Haley both on base now with 2 outs. That'll bring up the left fielder Niemi. And the meeting of the mound right now.
Yeah, those were just 2 very well hit balls by Yorkton. Both of them falling in an area in the field where there just isn't a player available to make the play. So Hodder again finding himself in a little bit of a jam here. Just need to get the 1 out, which is very doable now that you have a couple runners in play, and you can always get the ground out or the pop out.
And they're just going over options right now with the pitching coach. Niemi up to bat next with a .290 average. He's hit 17 runs in this season. He's also got 5 extra base hits and 1 home run on the season. So we'll see if the arm is starting to feel like jelly for Hodder here. 2 out, 2 on. Runners at first and second for the Cardinals. And Niemi steps up.
As we talked about earlier in the game, Hodder, he's a big guy that throws hard, so that's always the concern, is how long can he keep that up before either the fatigue starts to hit or the control becomes a bit of an issue.
Hodder checks the runner at second. Runners at first and second. Here's the first pitch. That one in the dirt, and that's going to be a wild pitch. And the runners will advance to third and second now. So a base hit could potentially tie this game in the top of the 7th. Not what Hodder was hoping to do.
Yeah, definitely opportunity now going the Cardinals' way that they need to capitalize on here is a wild pitch. As you mentioned, puts them in a position to maybe not tie up the game, but get within striking distance.
3-1 Giants lead. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one foul down the right field line. A fair ball would have tied this game for sure. We're in the top of the 7th. Giants leading 3-1, 2 out. But the Cardinals threatening with runners at second and third. Niemi at the plate. .290 average, 17 runs batted in on the season. Looking at a 1-1 pitch count. Hodder has his signal. Sets the pitch. And that one low and in the dirt again. That'll be ball 2. So we had a meeting at the mound. The pitching coach came out. The catcher, North, came to the mound. There was a discussion made, but it looks like Hodder's having a little bit of trouble locating the strike zone right now.
And that's definitely something you don't like to see with just 1 out needed here.
There's a swing and a miss. That's a strike. And so now 2 strikes, a 2-2 count. 2 out with runners at second and third. Hodder trying to get out of this inning. There's action in the Fort McMurray bullpen. Not sure if this is going to be the night for Hodder or not, but he certainly seems to be wavering a little bit. 2-2 count. Hodder has the signal. Pitch is in, and that one's just high, and that will be a full count.
And one thing to point out too, JC, Hodder still searching for his first win of the season, so you know that's got to be in the back of his mind as well.
36.2 innings pitched coming into the game tonight. He's hoping to get through 7 here. Full count, 2 out. Pitch is in and fouled down the right field line.
And this has turned into a pretty good duel here between pitcher and batter. And Hodder just trying to get the better of it.
Niemi at the plate, the left fielder, batting third in the lineup tonight. Battling Hodder right now and moving that pitch count up. Full count pitch, 2 out. Runners at second and third. Cardinals trying to get a base hit for a tying run. That one in, and they're going to call that a ball. Ball 4 moves Niemi and loads the bases. It looked close, but Hodder did not get the call that he wanted.
Yeah, very, very close. Hodder, just tell by his body language up at the mound, visibly frustrated. Looks like this is going to be the end of the night for him.
Yeah.
And definitely not the way that he wanted his night to end, but he's pitched a solid game up until now.
Hodder will leave the bases loaded here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Giants up 3-1, but the Cardinals now are threatening as they go to the bullpen. As Ben gets the information on the incoming pitcher here, we'll mention this. I mean, a fairly good game for Hodder otherwise. As of right now, he's in position to get the win, but all of the runs left on, and there are bases loaded here, will all be tagged to him should any of them come in. North out to talk to the new pitcher here.
It'll be Alan Brown who comes in for relief of Tyler Hodder.
And we'll get the numbers on Brown for you this season, who comes into the game in relief. Brown has pitched 17 innings, has an ERA of 4.52. He's given up 11 earned runs and 18 hits. And now he comes into a pressure cooker with the bases loaded. Now he does have 2 outs. And he'll be hoping for a fly ball or a decent grounder so that they can get out of this inning unscathed. So Brown taking a few minutes to warm up here.
Go ahead.
And as he does that, the infield all having a bit of a meeting just behind the mound to discuss some options and what they're going to do with this bases loaded situation.
He's had an up and down season, has Brown. He's come in relief a few times and pitched very strongly. He's come in and pitched a few times and given up a couple runs and ultimately has blown a couple leads to just call a spade. So not too sure what we're going to get out of him here. And as you alluded to, JC, a high pressure situation. You only need the 1 out, but bases loaded, and anything that you give up could be a big switch in momentum and a big change in the scoreboard here for Yorkton.
Well, a hit will tie this game if it's a decent hit to the outfield and potentially more. Again, these 2 games here this week, critical to the playoff hopes of the Fort McMurray Giants. They need these wins against a struggling Yorkton team. They have the lead 3-1. We're in the top of the 7th, 2 out, bases loaded. Up at the plate now, the first baseman, Jepson. Jepson hitting .286 with 11 runs batted in on the season. There's the first pitch. That one well hit. Left fielder moves and makes the catch, and the Giants will get out of the inning.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, JC. When I heard the connection on that one, I got worried. I got a little bit nervous, had a bit of trouble tracking the ball as the sun's starting to move, but turned into a very easy play out there in left field, and Brown able to come in and get his team out of the inning like he needed to.
Bose makes the catch, and the Giants will go to the home half of the 7th, still leading this one 3-1, thanks to runs scored in both the 5th and 6th innings. And we'll get leading off for the Giants this inning. I believe it's going to be Richardson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I think so too. As we head to the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Home Hardware, the experts always willing to teach you. Here's how. Playing Sweet Caroline here at the stadium.
Tradition that the Boston Red Sox have been played for a long time. The playing of Sweet Carolina during the 7th inning stretch.
They had a Facebook poll a couple weeks back asking the fans, which do you prefer, Take Me Out to the Ball Game or Sweet Caroline? And this was the overwhelming vote here to keep this one as the song.
You can't have both?
Can't have both, apparently. Can only do one or the other.
Non-traditional baseball fans in Fort McMurray.
I voted for Take Me Out to the Ball Game because that's what I would have liked to hear, but apparently I was in the minority.
Well, Ben, I think we can both agree it's a lot better than Hooked on a Feeling.
That is true.
So the right fielder, Richardson, to lead off here. And first ball in the dirt, ball 1. Giants up 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Richardson to lead off the inning. McKnight with the pitch. That one right down the middle, and that's going to be a strike. So McKnight working into the 7th. Still action there in the Yorkton bullpen as they're warming up. McKnight with a pitch. That one hit right back to the first baseman. There's a chance here, and he is safe as bobbling the ball at first was Jepson. He was playing behind the bag, couldn't come up with it, and the speedy Richardson legs out a single, and the Giants are on base in the bottom of the 7th.
It has just been a comedy of errors for the Yorkton Cardinals tonight. As up on the board, they mark that as the 4th error, but realistically, there could be as many as 5 here tonight. And it just keeps going from bad to worse for the Cardinals.
We're back to the top of the order here for the Fort McMurray Giants. The center fielder Stickler up now. McKnight the pitch. Stickler shows bunt, but that one high and outside. That'll be ball 1. Another base runner now for the Giants as Richardson led off and reached base on an infield single, error to the first baseman. McKnight steps off the rubber. A little concerned with what's happening over there at first base. He's airmailed the throw to first twice this game already. Once it did end up costing them a run. McKnight steps back on the rubber, delivers, and that one airmailed behind the catcher. And Richardson's going to go to second on another wild pitch in this ball game.
And this just has not been McKnight's night as he started the game going 3 up, 3 down. He went very quick through the Giants' rotation, but since kind of the 4th inning, 5th inning, he has just come apart at the seams.
Again, Stickler showing bunt there. That one thrown in for a strike. Got a couple signals being called down from the dugout here on the Giants side. 2-1 the count. Runner on second, no out. Home half of the 7th inning. McKnight delivers. Again, a bunt drop down. This one might be perfectly dropped down. Throw to first, and in time. They get Stickler at first, but they move their runner to third.
That was very, very close. And again, Stickler showcasing his speed, and that's why you love to see him get on bases because he can just cause havoc as a base runner, but lays down the sacrifice bunt, able to advance the runner to third, and I think that's going to be it for McKnight.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to depend on the outcome of this batter, whether or not a pitching change was made, and one has been made. You never want to second-guess a manager, but in this case, I do wonder, with a pitcher that's been struggling, and his control definitely off this inning, they're getting ready to yank him, is laying down a bunt to move a guy from second really with none out something that you want to do? Do you really want to give up that out? They choose to do it, and, I mean, they get to manage and I don't, and there's a reason why for that. All I get to do is stand here and wonder out loud.
Yeah, well, and it is an interesting strategy, and again, we've talked about it a couple times tonight. We've seen it a couple times tonight where the Giants do a good job of advancing the runners, but then leaving them stranded, so that's something that they really can't do right now. They have to make sure that they at least drive in this runner on third. I believe that's Richardson over there.
So McKnight goes 7 1/3, gives up 3 runs on 6 hits. And a couple errors charged to him tonight.
It's Jake Gill coming in for relief of McKnight.
And we'll give you the numbers on Gill here, who's coming in. This is the 8th appearance for Gill. He's pitched 13 innings, 25 hits given up, 13 of them earned runs, an ERA of 7. So with a runner just 90 feet away now, the Giants hoping they can take advantage of the relief pitching here in the bullpen of the Yorkton Cardinals.
He's a right-handed pitcher out of White Rock, BC, sophomore at the University of Fraser Valley in British Columbia.
So Gill going through his final warm-ups on the mound. Yorkton Cardinals having a little infield meeting. We are in the bottom of the 7th here at Shell Place. The Fort McMurray Giants, who desperately need to pick up a couple wins this week against the Yorkton Cardinals, up 3-1. Richardson on third right now with 1 out for the Giants.
And if I'm that infield getting in that meeting right now on the mound, one of the things I'm saying, guys, we can't afford another error.
4 errors formally charged to the Yorkton Cardinals tonight. There have been more. And it looks like Gill might be ready to go. Stepping in to bat now will be the third baseman, Minarson. Gill ready on the mound, has his sign. There's the first pitch, that one in the dirt for a ball. 1 out, bottom of the 7th, Giants up 3-1. Richardson, the right fielder, reached on an error by the first baseman this inning to lead things off. He's on third now, thanks to a bunt. Gill, the pitch, that one in the dirt, ball 2. And you got to know that Richardson on third is watching for a ball to get past the catcher, as Gill is struggling with his control to start to face his first batter in relief. Gill, the pitch, 2-0. That one's fouled back, and that one will go on the roof of the stadium here at Shell Place. It rolls off the roof, and like a fan made a nice catch over there.
Just as we saw with Alan Brown coming in for relief for the Giants, put into a very high-pressure situation right here is Gill.
Well, Brown got out of it. Gill swung on, that's popped up. Got to believe infield fly rule. No, it was outfielder, so we've got to throw in from the right field, and they will make the tag at home. That was a shallow hit to right field. And a great arm as a strike thrown by Swisher, the right fielder there, to gun down Richardson at the plate. Again, the Giants get a little greedy on that one, and it's going to cost them. They'll they'll lose the base runner at third, thrown out at the plate, but they will hold that 3-1 lead heading into the 8th inning over the Yorkton Cardinals.
We'll step away now for a quick commercial break. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
After a long, cold winter, we finally passed that hurdle, and it's time to get down and dirty in the garden.
Ooh la la.
Find everything you need to get your yard and garden in tip-top shape for summer at Home Hardware. Choose from a huge selection of soils, seeds, plants, and rocks. Plus, patio furniture and barbecues to turn your yard into an oasis. Soak up every moment of the season with a little help from Home Hardware on Franklin Avenue in Fort McMurray.
A cardio moment from CrossFit Crude.
Don't make a move. Their vision's based on movement. Gotta go, gotta go! Go, 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 go!
Because cardio can happen when you least expect it.
Run!
CrossFit Crude can help with experienced and trained coaches motivating you each step of the way. CrossFit Crude is an inclusive, supportive community working together with all fitness levels to help you reach your goals. Begin your journey to a healthier you today. CrossFit Crude, better together. CrossFitCrude.com.
Country 93.3 is your country station.
In Fort McMurray.
At 93.3 FM, 95.7 on site.
Online at country933.com.
Number 1 for country. Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball.
Hi, I'm Ryan Dunn, pitcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
Welcome back to Shell Place. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the bumper-to-bumper broadcast booth.
Well, here we are in the 8th inning now. Giants leading this one by a score of 3-1. You worry, you wonder if that run thrown out at the plate to end the 7th is going to come back to haunt the Giants. You hope that it doesn't, as they have the lead here. Brown back up to pitch again. Came on in relief. Got the only out that he needed with a bases loaded situation at the bottom of the 7th. Helping the Giants to keep that 3-1 lead. Another 0 put up on the board by the Cardinals another 0 put up on the board by the Giants in the bottom of the 7th, and now we enter the 8th, and the leadoff batter I believe we might have a substitution here. First pitch, that one hit right down the line to the first baseman. Play made there by McMillan, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Kellington. 1 out to start the top of the 8th here. Giants lead 3-1.
I'm going to do my best to pronounce this name, JC, but that was Logan Zozaya.
All right, well, he hits into the first baseman for the first out of the inning. We'll make a note that Zozaya now has stepped in. He takes the place of the third baseman, I believe that's where they'll have him line up. Brown on the mound. 1-1 count now. Kellington, the second baseman at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one hit, and it's going to get over the head of the third baseman. Down the left field line it goes. We're looking at extra bases right now. A throw into second. That one in time as Kellington chose to slide feet first into second. It almost came off the bag there. They tried to apply the tag, but nothing doing. So extra base hits for Kellington. 1 out now, top of the 8th, and the Cardinals have a runner in scoring position.
Well hit ball there. He got good distance on it, put it in a spot in field where it wasn't playable, and then great speed showed off. That throw was almost there in time, just unable to come up with the tag there was Liam Rahela.
First pitch in. The catcher, Zanudo, that one low for a ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one low again, ball 2. 2-0 count for Zanudo. Brown on the mound in relief, came in at the end of the last inning. Runner on second, 1 out. Giants lead 3-1. Brown set, watches the runner at second, delivers. That one just a little high. And a hitter's count here at 3-0. Zanudo at the plate, hitting 104 on the season coming into the game tonight. Brown delivers, 3-0 count, strike. Got him on the outside corner of the plate. Count now 3-1. 1 out on the inning. Runner in scoring position at second base for the Cardinals. Brown looks down at North. Waves off that signal. He's got the one he wants now. Brown delivers, swung on and missed. Strike 2 to run the count full.
It looks like he really liked that second signal there. It's a very, very well-placed ball. Gets Zanudo swinging. Evens up the count.
Brown set into the motion. Delivers. There's a ball fouled back down the right field line. Out of the stadium it goes. And the count remains full. 1 out. Runner at second for the Cardinals. Giants have the lead. 3-1. We're in the top of the 8th. Brown looks down at North. A little bit of confusion, but it looks like he finally has the signal he wants. Brown delivers, fouled right back above home plate. And we'll try it again.
A couple good swings there by Zanudo to at least find contact with the ball and keep himself alive up there.
Count remains full. Cardinals hoping to cash in at least a run to keep within striking distance. Brown out on the mound. Took over for Hodder last inning with bases loaded and got out. Now faces a running and scoring position. Full count pitch, and that is going to be ball 4 and a walk issued. So the tying run trots down to first base. And the go-ahead run comes to the plate. And up to bat now the right fielder Swisher, who made a great catch in right field and then gunned down the runner at home to end last inning. Comes up now with a chance to do some damage. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. That one skipped over home plate, and now the catcher North is going to run out to talk to Brown.
This is where the Giants really need Brown to settle down and pull through and at least just get them out of this inning. They've had a very strong game so far. They've capitalized on a few big mistakes by the Cardinals, and you can't just let all that disappear late in the ball game here.
Well, they've threatened a few times this ball game already. The Cardinals have. 1 out. Ground ball could be an inning-ending double play. As Brown is set on the mound. There's the pitch, and that one catches the corner of the plate for a strike. That'll throw the count to 1-1 now. Runners at first and second. Giants do have the lead, up 3-1 here in the top of the 8th.
Are seeing a little bit of action again in the Giants bullpen.
There's a pitch. That one hit down the left field line. That is going to be foul as the relief pitchers in the bullpen watch that one sail out of the stadium. Of course, the bullpens are down the baselines here at Shell Stadium, so there's no protection. You got to keep an eye open for any of those balls to get laced down the field lines. Don't want your relief pitcher taking a hit to the back of the head. Brown in, strike 3. So 2 outs now for Brown, who looks good. Fooled him on that strikeout high inside the zone.
That was exactly the strikeout they needed. And behind the plate, North recognized it, takes the strike, and points back at the mound to Brown. Let him know that's exactly what we need out of you right now. Good job.
So Swisher sits down. Looks like we have another substitution here. We'll get you the information on the batter coming into the game.
That is one of the catchers for the Cardinals. It's Jared McDonald.
So McDonald's going to take the place of the shortstop Wilson in the batting order, batting 9th here with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Brown with the pitch. That one's outside and low. That'll be ball 1. McDonald hitting 118 on the game, or on the year, I should say, with 34 at-bats. He's got 4 hits on the season. No extra base hits for him, but he has driven in a couple runs this year. Finds himself in a situation where he can maybe cash at least 1 in as Brown delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one high for ball 2.
McDonald, tallest player on this Cardinals team at 6'5". So he's definitely got a good reach at the plate there.
McDonald leads in the batter's box. Brown set on the mound. Checks the runners, pitch in, and outside again for ball 3. So Brown in a little bit of trouble here. McDonald coming in a pinch hit. Doesn't have amazing numbers by any stretch, but he definitely has a hitter's count right now. We're in the top of the 8th. 3-1, Fort McMurray Giants. There's 2 out with runners at first and second. There's the pitch. That one, that's over the plate for a strike. Brown runs it to 3-1. They don't look desperate yet, but the Giants need to hold this lead. They need this win to keep their playoff hopes alive. There's a pitch fouled back and out of the stadium. So a full count now. Brown came in, top of the 7th last inning, faced bases loaded situation with 2 outs and got out of it. Now he's got a full count and 2 outs, looking to get out of this top of the 8th.
That's the biggest thing here. He can't load the bases again. Can't force a walk.
Brown set. The pitch. Little dribbler heads up the first base line. Brown runs to first, makes the tag, and that is the inning. So Brown gets out of the inning, and the Giants will keep their 3-1 lead heading into the home half of the 8th.
And that's exactly what he needed there. Get the out, no trouble. A little bit of a tight situation, but he's able to get himself out with a little bit of help from the defense, and the Giants now just an inning and a half away from walking away with a much-needed win here and potentially a chance to not even have to bother with the bottom of the 9th.
We're going to have a few substitutions defensively here for the Yorkton Cardinals as we head to the home half of the 8th inning. Giants up 3-1. They need this win here tonight.
It'll go a long way to helping them after not a horrible road trip by any stretch, but one where they were a little disappointed, wanted to steal both games and could only take one. But coming up, JC, they're on the road against Medicine Hat, who is the top team in the WMBL this season. They only have 4 losses on the entire year, so it's going to be a tough road trip for the Giants, and they know that they need to walk away with the wins they're supposed to get, 2 of them being tonight and tomorrow night.
So the Cardinals make their substitution. The Giants will be up to bat here in the home half of the 8th, and we'll look to the leadoff man. Should be Lindau up first.
Yeah, that's what I've got too. Lindau's had a tough night at the plate, 0 for 3.
Have we made a pitching change over on the... looks like number 19's into pitch now for the Cardinals. We'll take a look at that and see if it's still Gill that's out on the mound.
Yep, still Gill.
So Gill came on last inning in relief. Managed to squeak out of the inning without allowing a run. Mopping up a bit of a mess left by McKnight, who looked good at times, but also struggled in a couple of errors, one of which led to a run here this evening for the Giants. To the home half of the 8th we go, 3-1 Giants. And Lindau stepping into the batter's box. He'll lead off the inning for the Giants. Here's the first pitch, and that one is in for a strike.
Both teams have had their bullpens come in and, as you alluded to, not only get them out of jams, but make sure that they're keeping the runs off. And they've done a good job in support coming in.
Gill's second pitch in for a strike. Lindau just watched that one go across the plate. 0-2 now. Lindau, the leadoff hitter this inning. He's the number 3 hitter in the lineup tonight. Gill, the pitch, high, and that'll be ball 1. Lindau coming in the game with a .247 average on the season. 20 hits for him in his 81 at-bats. The 1-2 pitch. That one swung on and missed. Strike 3. Lindau will sit down to start the home half of the 8th.
That's the 3rd time he's struck out in this game, and that one he was way behind on that pitch.
Definitely not his day for Lindau. Potentially his last plate appearance here tonight. Lindau with the strikeout. He came into the game with 13. He'll leave with 16 on the season. Shortstop Rahela now up. 1 out. On the 8th, that one a low pitch. That'll be ball 1. Giants up 3-1 here at Shell Place. Rahela's had some good plays out at short here today. Also some good base running as he takes pitch number 2. That one a ball. And it'll be a 2-0 count for Rahela.
The Giants earlier this season seemed to be set at shortstop with Chris Panzarella, but a nagging injury has forced him to end his season. So Rahela coming in relief and doing a great job.
Rahela, a big hit. That one out to left center field. Fielder's moving, and the center fielder gets under it, under the lights, right in front of the warning track to make the catch. That'll be the second out of the inning.
And that was a well-hit ball there by Rahela. Just didn't quite have the power to get away from the fielders, as both the center fielder and left fielder out there to make the play.
Dickerson steps up to the plate now. Third hitter of the inning. Faces a high outside ball for ball one. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Giants up 3-1 over the Yorkton Cardinals. Sun starting to disappear. Evening starting to cool off. 24 now the temperature in the stadium. And a pop fly up. Shallow right field. Coming on to make the catch is the outfielder. That was Swisher. And that will do it. 3 up, 3 down. As the Giants head to the 9th. They've got the lead 3-1. And it'll be up to the bullpen now to seal this one.
We'll step away for a quick commercial break. You're listening to Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
Feel the heat in all the right places this summer when you invite Cancel Safety to the party. Let Cancel's highly trained team get up in the exhaust and hood of your commercial kitchen, and they'll leave it fully cleaned and ready to safely handle all the heat. With a mobile unit bringing Cancel to you 24/7 and the highest quality fire protection services and products, the good times never end badly with Cancel Safety. Locally owned and operated and online at cancel.ca. That's cansal.ca.
It's so hot.
Ugh, I know.
No, I mean your Giants baseball t-shirt. Where'd you get it?
Did you know Bumper to Bumper is the only spot besides Shell Place to get your Giants baseball merch? Step up to the plate at Bumper to Bumper in Thickwood. And gear up for summer driving too. Bumper to Bumper has everything you need. Auto parts, accessories, cleaning and detailing products. Where's your one-stop shop to make sure you and your vehicle look hot this season? Bumper to Bumper, 213 Timberline Drive in Thickwood.
Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball.
Hi, I'm Josh Ionetti, catcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
Welcome back to Shell Place. You're listening to Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth. Bumper to Bumper, 2 convenient locations, one in Thickwood, one in Gregoire.
And to the top of the 9th we go, as the Giants are getting ready here to face the Cardinals, who are looking to blow any save potential. Just double checking on a few lineup changes here. I believe that Brown still might be in. We're going to double check on that. Leading off for the Yorkton Cardinals, back at the top of the order will be the designated hitter, Jones. Reached his last time at bat. In fact, Jones, last at bat, made it all the way to third in a bases loaded situation in the 7th and was unable to come home as the Cardinals stranded all 3 runners that inning. So Jones is up first. His team trailing 3-1 here in the top of the 9th. Brown's initial offering. Jones showed bunt on that. That's in for a strike. So 0-1 to Jones. Jones, the designated hitter tonight. Top of the order. Top of the 9th. Brown looks in, has his signal, winds, delivers, and that one outside. Ball 1. Count runs to 1-1. You know, you have to believe that the Yorkton Cardinals are in the best possible situation here, that they are at the top of the order at least while they trail this 1-2. Another pitch. That one hits the corner of the plate for a strike. 1-2 to Jones.
They've had a couple opportunities to try and tie this game. They just haven't been able to string it together. A couple errors, very costly mistakes that they've made have really been the difference here in this ballgame.
Brown leans in. Gets a signal from North. From the stretch. Right across the plate, and that is a strikeout as Jones goes down looking. And a strikeout, his second of the game for Brown to start the ninth.
And that's exactly the start to this inning that he needed. Get your out early, get the strikeout, put a little bit of pressure on the Yorkton bats, and hopefully you can close out this inning in 2 more outs.
Giants split the series in Brooks over the weekend, fighting for their playoff lives. Brown delivers. Pitch 1 is outside for a ball. 1 down here in the top of the ninth. The number 2 hitter, the center fielder, Haley, at the plate now. 1-0 count. Cardinals trail the Giants by 2. It's 3-1 for Fort McMurray. There's the pitch. That one fouled up, and moving in on it, the second baseman, I should say, for Fort McMurray, Dickerson, hauls that one in, and it's 2 down now. Top of the ninth. And the Cardinals find themselves down to their last out.
2 men away for the Giants, and 2 men away very quickly as well, which is something that you like to see. Just did the math based on my scorecard here, JC. In total, we've had 15 strikeouts in this game, 8 for Fort McMurray and 7 for Yorkton.
7 hits for the Cardinals on the game, 6 for the Giants. Giants lead at 3-1. The errors being the difference in the game. 4 errors charged to the Cardinals, 1 to the Giants. The Giants have the lead. We're in the top of the ninth. 2 outs. Brown looking to close it out. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1.
That was a big swing there by Niemi. Just unable to find the ball.
Had some success at the plate the last time he was up. He was issued a walk, I believe. Niemi, the left fielder, facing a 1-1 pitch. Brown from the stretch. Delivers, and just outside. Ball bounces away from North. He couldn't get a handle on it. And now the umpire going out to deliver a fresh ball to Brown. So a 2-1 count here. Not sure if the umpire took a piece of that, and that's why he wanted a little bit of extra time. Brown on the mound, getting set. 2 outs. Cardinals down to their last out. Brown from the stretch. Delivers, and that one high. That'll be ball 3. So a 3-1 count here. Cardinals desperately need a base runner. They might get one here. Count 3-1. 2 out. Giants up 3-1. Looking to close out this game. Brown set. Delivers. That one is going to be hit foul down the left field line.
Good contact there made, and if that one stays fair, probably a base hit. Just unable to keep it on the right side of the foul line.
Outfielders playing shallow. They just don't want to give up much more than a base hit. Had a few balls, just one knocked to the wall, one to the warning track tonight, but nothing that really flirted with leaving the yard. There's the 3-2 pitch. Must have been the 2-2 pitch. Again, scorekeeper here not having his best or her best night. So we believe it to be a 3-2 count. Cardinals apparently down to their last strike. 2 out as Brown is set. He delivers, and that one is going to be ball 4. So the Cardinals get what they desperately need. They get a man on base. They did some damage with 2 outs in the 7th. They were able to load the bases weren't able to capitalize on it. But it starts with one, and the tying run now comes to the plate. Giants just need to close this out.
That one was very close to being that last strike, and that's always the most pressure. The hardest out to get is that last one.
2 out, runner on first. Runner thought about going, wild pitch, and now he's going to go. He's headed for second. North runs back to get it, but he's not going to get a throw off. So now a run in scoring position. The tying run at the plate, and this is becoming a little more dramatic than it needed to be.
That's exactly how I would describe it. You had the 2 quick outs to start. Looked like you were going to finish things off, and now not necessarily a chance for Yorkton to tie, but at least to get within striking range.
There's the 1-0 pitch. That one called strike. Yorkton down to their final out. They have a runner at second. Cardinals down 3-1. Giants are leading. Brown hoping for a fly or a ground ball. Instead, that one in for a strike. It looked like it was below the knees, but the umpire's going to issue it to him. So it's now down once again to their last strike. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. You can hear the clapping here, the fans behind Brown on the mound. Brown set from the stretch, delivers. That one swung on, bounces over the pitcher's head. Oncoming the shortstop, no play to be made. Safe all around with runners at the corners. And now the potential go-ahead run will come to the plate. A one-hopper that went over the head of Brown and dropped well in front of the shortstop. There was not much anyone could do on that play. Jepson was able to leg that one out. And now, coming into the game, I believe, is Zazoya, who came in as a substitute last inning.
Yeah.
So Zazoya at the plate. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Giants up 3-1, top of the 9th. They need an out here to end this game. Brown, set, delivers. That one low, that'll be ball 1. Niemi, the left fielder, the third batter at third right now.
And the one thing you absolutely cannot do here is walk Zazoya and load up the bases.
Jepson's at first. Runners at the corners. 2 out. Delivers, and that one hits right over the head of the first baseman. 1 run is in. Jepson running over to third. He'll slide in easily without the throw, and again, safe all around, and now the tying run 90 feet from the plate as the wheels continue to come off here. So Zazoya into the game, gets a single, and brings in a run. Now all kinds of drama with a meeting at the mound. Surely the Giants will not snatch defeat from the jaws of victory tonight.
This has been the story of the season for them. Unfortunately, JC, has been just an inability to close out games, and whether that's getting timely hits when you need them to make a comeback, or in this case, blowing a lead. This is why they are where they are in the standings, and you just can't have a playoff caliber team if you can't close out games consistently.
All right, if you're just tuning in, here's where we're at. Top of the 9th, a run conceded there. It's 3-2. The Giants have the lead. There are 2 outs. First pitch in, that one outside the zone. That's ball 1. Brown trying to close out this game as the second baseman, Kellington, is at the plate. He's had an all right night for the Cardinals. A base hit will tie the game. A fly or a good ground ball will end it. There's a swing and a foul right back to the mesh behind home plate. And the count 1-1 now on Kellington. You can tell, you can almost feel in the atmosphere, the Fort McMurray fans getting a little agitated by this. Tying run 90 feet from the plate. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Brown with the pitch, 1-1. That's in the dirt, and they're going to score here on the wild pitch. We have a tie ball game. as the wild pitch has once again come back to bite the Fort McMurray Giants. Runner moves from first to second, and the go-ahead run now in scoring position for Kellington. A tie game, which we were not expecting when we started the top of the ninth.
It was not supposed to go this way, and not even when we started the top, JC, but just a few short minutes ago when they got two very quick outs, and now all of a sudden you are in some serious trouble here if you're Fort McMurray.
There's a pitch, and that one fouled back. That'll move the count to 2-2 on Kellington. So we are now tied here in the top of the ninth. We will see a bottom of the ninth for the Giants. Not what they wanted to do. They always talk about, at least some of the experts will tell you, that there's no such thing as momentum in a baseball game, but it sure feels that way right now.
Oh, there's definitely momentum, and as you mentioned, it has firmly swung into the corner of the Yorkton Cardinals.
Brown on the mound. 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, but stopped there by North. I mean, you got to feel for North. He's been fairly good at putting himself in front of those balls in the dirt tonight, but that one cost him. The tying run comes in as he's unable to hold on.
Yeah, he's been challenged back there, and it's tough when you have to give up a run that way.
There's a pitch in, the full count pitch, grounded up to the pitcher. It'll be picked up by Brown. He'll run up and tag first, and that will end the top of the ninth, but not before 2-run score, and the game is tied.
Not fully disastrous inning for the Giants there, but a very, very bad one, JC, as they tie up this game after a very solid start by Hodder. They took advantage of some mistakes that the Cardinals made, but on the flip side, the Cardinals now capitalizing on the mistakes that Fort McMurray made.
Well, if you want to take the old glass half full look on this, you're potentially looking at either a walk-off situation for the fans here tonight, which they would absolutely love, or you're looking at free baseball. So one or the other, we can at least take a positive out of this.
Well, the Giants have went into extras a couple times this season, and obviously you never like to see that, but they do have a chance here to close things out, and hopefully that's what they can do.
Bad time to mention my wake-up call is 4:30 tomorrow morning. A lot more sober than I thought I'd be at this point of the night.
It was the home opener we had was the longest broadcast game that we've ever done. It was just over 4 hours of total game time, and it started off pretty quick. It had a nice pace to it, and I pointed that out to Taylor Pope, and Pope just turned and stared daggers at me. Why would you jinx it like that?
Well, we're into the bottom home half of the ninth now. We're tied up at 3 here if you're just tuning in between the Fort McMurray Giants, who led for the most part in this game. They had been up 3-1 since the 7th, but 2-run score in the top of the ninth for Yorkton. And here we go.
Mentioned earlier, Pat Riley, the manager for the Giants, suspended for this game, and probably a good thing. I don't think this is one that he would want to be watching right now.
I believe we'll have the second baseman Dickerson lead off. He's going to look down in the on-deck circle there. I believe that's Dickerson getting ready.
I think it's McMillan.
It might be McMillan, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Gill is still on the mound for the Yorkton Cardinals here, as he'll now work into his 3rd inning.
He's pitched very well in relief so far, so no need to take him out just yet. There is a little bit of activity in both bullpens right now, as we have the possibility of extra innings around the corner.
So the announcer here announcing that Jordan McMillan will lead off, the first baseman for the Giants. A 3-3 ball game. My first Giants game. You know what? If you want to make it exciting, let's do a walk-off, boys. The fans sticking around for this one, and why not? It's been a good game, and now it's going to be a tense finish here. Gill on the mound. McMillan up to lead off the inning. That one in the dirt, well in front of home plate. That would have been a A pitch that a guy like the great Vladimir Guerrero Sr. would have swung at and probably hit out of the park. But McMillan not biting on that one. So ball one.
Well, definitely some pressure on Gill here to make sure that he can at least get them to the next inning.
Gill went for the outside corner on that one and missed. Ball two to McMillan. McMillan leading off. It's been the number 6 hitter tonight. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one a little low, but just above the knees, and that will be called a strike. Bottom of the ninth. All tied up at 3 here at Shell Place. Giants up to bat. McMillan is the leadoff hitter. He's got a 2-1 count. Gill pitches, and that one hits right into the gap in short center field, and a base hit to lead off for the Giants. That's exactly what you want to do and get a man on base.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, JC. Exactly what the Giants needed here. You needed that lead hitter to make it on base. He's able to do so with a perfectly placed ball right between the gap of shortstop and second baseman. And now for the Giants, you need to make sure that you can drive that run in.
And now coming up to bat as we head into the bottom half of the lineup, the left fielder Bose will come to the plate. The winning run on first, no outs in the bottom of the ninth. Giants and Cardinals tied at 3.
We do have a pinch runner in for McMillan. It's John Laschiavo.
So that one, a bunt attempt that got bunted up and into the stands. A nice catch made by a fan. But that will count as a strike, so 0-1 for Bose. The pinch runner over at first.
Not often you see a bunt pop up in the air and over the screen like that here at Shell Place, and a very nice catch in the hat made by a fan there as he just casually sits back down.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. In, showing bunt again. Bunt laid down. They'll move the runner to second. Throw to first, and the first baseman came off the bag briefly, but got the foot back down. That was Jepson at first, and so he does get the out. But now trying to manufacture a run. They get a perfectly executed bunt. They move the potential winning run to second into scoring position. And now the catcher, Adam North, comes to the plate. A base hit will win the game for the Giants.
And that throw down after the bunt was almost airmailed again. If I'm the manager for Yorkton, practice tomorrow, we're making sure that we nail those down pat.
So North at the plate, 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Tied at 3, 1 on at second base. The pinch runner in. Gill looks back, delivers. That one low. That'll be ball 1. Runner will take his lead at second. Gill has his signal. Checks the runner back at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one into the dirt. That'll be ball 2. Great patience by North in this at-bat. Gill stares down at his catcher. Now it looks like they're talking about intentionally walking, and yes, that is what they have done. They made the sign that they want to do the intentional walk. So North will trot down to first. So now, with 1 out, looking at potential double play. At least that's what the Cardinals are hoping for. But with Richardson coming to the plate, the right fielder now and the number 9 hitter, different plans, obviously, for the Fort McMurray Giants.
It's an interesting strategy by Yorkton, and as you explain it, obvious to see why they're trying to employ it. But for the Giants here, all you need to do is just get a base hit. And there's a very good chance that Laschiavo will score from second.
Richardson has reached base tonight, but not great numbers for him on the season. Actually, that's Incorrect. His numbers are fairly decent. He's at 256. He had laid down a bunch of bunts earlier on in the game, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change now. They've talked it over, and they've made a decision.
That's another interesting strategy here to bring a guy in where you've laid down the game plan. You just need to make sure that he can come in and execute it.
So see who's coming into the game here for the Yorkton Cardinals. They, of course, tied the game in the top of the ninth with 2 runs scored to even it up all here at 3 and force a bottom of the ninth situation. So the incoming pitcher, as Ben looks up at the statistics there, will get a few minutes to warm up. If you've tuned in, here's what you've missed on the game. 9 hits for the Cardinals today, 7 for the Giants. The Cardinals committing more errors. They're 4-1 has been the error count. Giants scored first. They got a run in the 3rd inning. It was tied up after that in the 5th by the Cardinals. Giants then went ahead with single runs in both the 6th and 7th inning, and then it was quiet until the top of the 9th when the Cardinals were able to draw in a couple runs and tie the game.
I believe that is number 26, Austin Skellhorn, on the mound for Yorkton. They do have a 28, a 29, and a 26, and I just can't make it out from up here.
If I yell at him to turn around for a second, do you think he will? Local time, 10:22 here as we're playing baseball under the lights, and it may go on for a while here, depending on what happens with this relief pitcher coming into the game. Looks like he's fully warmed up. Skellhorn into the game. He'll make his 12th appearance. 13.2 innings of relief pitching in for him, allowing 23 hits, an ERA of 9.73 as he enters the game. And Skellhorn will face the right fielder, Richardson. A walk issued, 1 out, runners at first and second. First pitch is in for a strike. Skellhorn against Richardson here. Game tied at 3, bottom of the 9th. Winning run at second. Skellhorn in, swung and a miss there by Richardson. 0-2 the count now, as Skellhorn is getting to work early.
Yeah, thrown 2 very hard pitches. Richardson trying to get all that one and just can't find the ball.
Expect Skellhorn to continue with the heat here. Steps off the rubber for just a moment. Looks back down at his catcher, and he's got the call that he wants. 0-2. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. That one hit. That's going to be caught by the left fielder. And, well, in shallow left field, the Giants opting not to go ahead on a potential pop out there. So they'll keep the runners at second and first. And now with 2 out, and it looks like another substitution being made here as Josh Ionetti will come into the game. 174 average for Ionetti. A base hit here will win the game. So Ionetti comes on to hit for Stickler.
Just to fill you in, JC is someone who's from out of town. Josh is a local boy and son of Giants owner Dutch Ionetti.
I did get a nice little round of applause there as he stepped into the batter's box, takes the first pitch in for a ball. We are in the bottom of the 9th. The Giants and Cardinals tied at 3. Giants have runners at first and second. 2 outs. Ionetti at the plate. There's a pitch, and that one high, and for ball 2. Good eye by Ionetti. The kid they call Boomer steps back into the batting box. Skellhorn on the mound, just coming in relief. Taking over for Gill, who pitched a few good innings. Skellhorn set from the stretch. Just on the outside corner there. Looked like he might have caught the corner of the plate, but the umpire saw it the other way, so now a hitter's count to Josh Ionetti. 3-0 the count. Winning run at second. 2 outs. Ionetti calls for time. Ionetti back in the box again. Scalhorn has the signal. A little bit of movement over at second. Here's the pitch. 3-0 pitch, and they're going to call that one a strike. Looked a little bit high. Not sure if that was a makeup call for the last one, but the count now 3-1. 2 down here, bottom of the ninth, tie game. Potential walk-off situation as the ball is in and swung on and missed. That is 2 strikes now. We go full count. It'll be a walk-off or it'll be free baseball, dependent on this next pitch. Scalhorn checks the runner at second. 2 out. 3-3 game. There's the pitch. That one swung on, but a pitch that missed. Might have got just a tip of it back to the batter's cage. So the runners will move back to position, and the count remains full. Ionetti at the plate. Scalhorn on the mound for the Yorkton Cardinals. Giants blew the save. They were tied at 3. Bottom of the ninth. There's a swing and a hit right to the shortstop. He drops the ball. Throw to first is in time. So even though a little bit of time picked up by Ionetti, he was not able to leg that one out. And to extra innings we go. The game tied at 3 between the Yorkton Cardinals and the Fort McMurray Giants.
Yeah, definitely not the way the Giants wanted that inning to go. They were close to getting the run they needed, but just unable to. We'll head away for a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with the top of the 10th inning here at Shell Place. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. McMurray Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. McMurray's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call McMurray today, 780-790-6666.
A cardio moment from CrossFit Crude.
Do you, Sharon, take Lyle to be your husband?
I don't know. Look, there's someone else.
Because cardio can happen when you least expect it.
We've got a runaway bride!
Whoa, she can really run in those heels.
CrossFit Crude can help you reach your fitness goals. CrossFit Crude is an inclusive, supportive community working together with all fitness levels. Begin your journey to a healthier you. CrossFit Crude, better together. Visit CrossFitCrude.com.
Welcome back to Shell Place. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3. Ben Madigan, JC Coots up in the bumper-to-bumper broadcast booth as we head to extra innings.
Well, you had mentioned that there was a lot of struggles in the bullpen this season, and we saw that with the blown save in the top of the ninth. The Giants give up 2 runs, and here we find ourselves in the top of the 10th now. This game all tied up at 3. And so a little free baseball for the fans in Fort McMurray tonight at Shell Place. Again, a desperate Fort McMurray team needing a win tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive. Brown is in with the pitch, and showing bunt there was the catcher, Zanotto.
We did get a pitching change in. I just can't see who it is. The website here doesn't have the player numbers, but it's now number 24 pitching for the Giants.
Well, if we don't find out, we will give him a name momentarily, and I promise it will be creative. Zanotto, the catcher, takes a strike. Count now 1-1. Mystery pitcher has his sign. In and a comebacker right to the mound, collected by the mystery pitcher and chucked on to first for the first out of the inning. We're in the top of the 10th, tied up at 3. Now the right fielder Swisher comes to the plate.
It is David Kraft who is in for Fort McMurray.
Which reminds me, I haven't had dinner yet, so mac and cheese definitely an option for tonight. So Kraft's first pitch in is a strike, 0-1 to Swisher, the right fielder. He's up second here in the inning. 1 out, none on. Tied at 3. Kraft with the pitch. That one swung on and missed. That's strike 2. Kraft looking good early on. Got that comeback to the mound. The first batter faced is Zanuto, the catcher. And now 0-2 count. Kraft staring in, has his sign. The stretch. In and in the dirt, ball 1. So a 1-2 count for Kraft now. Swisher, the right fielder, at the plate. We are in extra innings. We got here thanks to a 2-run top of the 9th by the Yorkton Cardinals, who just did not want to say die tonight. Kraft the pitch. That one in over the plate, and that is strike 3 called. Catches him looking, and 2 outs now to start
and
the top of the 10th.
Swisher didn't like that call as he turns around and gives the umpire the, come on, man, look.
So McDougall up to the plate here. Batting in the number 9 spot. Kraft set. The pitch. Check swing there, peeled down the line. And they're going to call that one a strike. So Kraft working quickly here. Looking to go 3 up, 3 down this inning. Kraft in, has his sign. The stretch. The pitch. That one way low and inside. That'll be ball 1. So Kraft working with a 1-1 count here. McDougall into the game for the Yorkton Cardinals. Comes in the game with a 0.50 average, similar to what my grandmother hits. There's Kraft with a pitch and caught at the upper side of the corner there, and that one in for strike 2. McDougall at the plate. 2 out, none on. Top of the 10th, tied all at 3 here at Shell Place. Kraft the pitch and got him. Strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts and a grounder back to the mound, and it is a 3 up, 3 down, top of the 10th. And we go to the home half of the 10th. Will the Giants be able to pull one off?
We talked about it earlier when Yorkton was able to tie this game up, and swings and momentum in baseball. One thing that can put momentum on your side is when you have a new relief pitcher coming in and he pitches an inning like that. JC, 2 strikeouts, gets the comeback, puts the work in, gets you back on offense. Your bat should be fired up now. Get out there and get that one hit you need to walk it off here.
Well, you want pitching efforts that are going to give you a chance to win, and with no runs allowed and no one reaching base that top of the 10th. Again, the Giants do have a chance to win here. We're headed to the bottom of the 10th. Warming up again is the pitcher, Skellhorn, still out there. Came on in the 9th inning after they issued a walk. And so Skellhorn playing a little bit of catch right now. Having some issues locating the zone as he warms up. Been a lot of wild pitches in this ball game by both teams, and both have cost runs in this game. Errors haven't changed. Still 4 errors charged to the Cardinals officially tonight, 1 to the Giants. Cardinals bats have been a little hotter. 9 hits on the game for them, 3 runs scored, compared to 7 hits and 3 runs scored for the Fort McMurray Giants. So coming into the game now to bat first, Minarson is up. I've identified him as, well, he's been playing third here tonight. They haven't subbed him out yet. Minarson takes the first pitch. That's in for a strike. Scalhorn on the mound. Delivers. Swung on, hit up to the second baseman who has an issue fielding the ball. It didn't get into his glove. And so Minarson is aboard.
And that'll be the official 5th error for Yorkton. And this is where the Fort McMurray Giants have really taken advantage in this game, is capitalizing on errors, capitalizing on mistakes. So if that's what they've been doing so far, it might be signs of what's coming up, which is a very good sign for the Giants.
Yeah, that one seemed like a routine play. The ball hit right up the middle of the second baseman, but unable to come up with it there was Kellington. So now up to the plate, we have Lindau, who's been the designated hitter here tonight. Runner on, no out. Bottom of the 10th. Tied at 3 between the Giants and the Cardinals. Scalhorn has his sign. In and showing bunt. Showing bunt was Lindau. The catcher quickly throwing it back down to first base and having to trot back was Minarson, who almost got caught.
And it shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. This is what the Giants are going to do. They've been working that sacrifice bunt all night long. No surprise that they're not going to change it up.
Good lead from Minarson at first. Throw over to first and safe there, as that one was a little closer than you like to see. Obviously an aggressive lead. You're trying to move the base runner. Lindau, we imagine, still going to show bunt. The count 1-0. No outs. Lead man got on board. There's the pitch. Lindau shows bunt again. That one was a bit outside. So that'll be a count of 2-0. You have to wonder at any point here, if that count gets up to 3-0, do you go for it?
I think you have to at least take a shot.
2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Scalhorn again. Lindau showing bunt back to first. Trying to get him there. But the throw not in time, just a bit offline. And here we are now. It's a 3-0 count. There are no outs. The lead run is aboard. Lindau has shown bunt every single pitch he's faced. Scalhorn now deals again. There's a bunt and a pitch in the dirt, and they're going to move the runner anyway. So the game-winning run, potential winning run, goes to second on another I'm going to call that a pass ball.
I think this will just solidify. They're going to stick with the bunt and try and move Minarson to third.
I'm not sure why. I mean, at this point, you've got the hitter's count. You've got the winning run at second. Like, green light should be on here. But we're at 3-1. There's the high ball, and that's ball 4. They've issued the walk. So now 2 runs on. Double play potential exists, but there are no outs here in the bottom of the 10th. It is a tie game, 3-3. And it looks like the manager is going to come out. Not sure if we're going to see a change or not. Didn't have anybody up in the bullpen. So they're going to discuss some options here as the Cardinals will take a timeout.
And this is an interesting spot for them to be in.
Minarson led off. He's on second. Lindau walked. He's on first. There are no outs with Rahela coming to the plate. The shortstop now who's had an all-right night, both at the plate and defensively. A potential now, a base hit will win the game. There are no outs, and we are tied in the bottom of the 10th. The meeting on the mound ends. Manager returns to the dugout for the Cardinals. And here we go. Rahela steps into the box. Scalhorn staring him down. Has the signal he wants. Infield, first baseman in playing at bunt level depth. There's a swing and a miss on the first pitch. A lot of heat on that one. And a great cut by Rahela, who was thinking yard on that one. The infield is in. So if you can get a decent hit, you're going to get it over the head of an outfielder. 0-1 pitch. That one's in the dirt. The runners will move again. Another wild pitch. And now the winning run 90 feet away with no out here in the bottom of the 10th.
And again, we've talked about that's how the Giants have been making their offense work, has been capitalizing on mistakes. This situation right here, JC, you got to drive the run in. This is almost being handed to you on a silver platter. You can't mess it up.
The count 1-1. A deep pop fly will score the winning run. A ground ball into the outfield will score the winning run, and now they're going to issue a walk here. An automatic walk issued to load the bases, hoping for a ground ball double play, and then a miracle after that. So Rahela heads down the first base line. Tie game. Bottom of the 10th. Bases loaded. There are no out for the Giants, who are looking to win this one in walk-off fashion, as the second baseman Dickerson comes to the plate. Scalhorn set. Scalhorn the pitch. That one high and outside, ball one. All three bases occupied by Fort McMurray Giants. There are no outs. Tied at 3 here in extra innings. The pitch. Swung on and hit out to the right field. The Giants are going to win the game as the winning run crosses the plate. And Dickerson, with the RBI, he's running from his teammates because they are tackling him. And there is the shower as Dickerson with the game-winning run.
Well, that was exactly what they needed there. Perfectly placed shot. Dropped right in shallow left, or right field, Drives in the run, and JC, after a bit of a scare there in the top of the 9th, the Giants able to show a little bit of resolve, a little bit of resiliency, and get that much-needed win.
Well, you know, they're saying to themselves, why didn't we just do that earlier? But they got it in dramatic fashion. The fans get to see a great ending to a ball game that didn't need to be as close as it was. But you get what you wanted at the end of the day, and that is the win, and that keeps the playoff hopes alive for the Fort McMurray Giants.
Big win that they desperately needed to help hopefully move up that standing, and it'll be a quick turnaround for the game tomorrow, but for right now you got to celebrate the victory because they've been, few and far between for the Giants this season.
Well, what a game here at Shell Place tonight. Giants get that victory. Dickerson, the hero, after they choose to load the bases. They issued the walk to Rahela to bring up Dickerson, which was, again, an interesting strategy. At that point, you're playing the odds. You're hoping your best-case scenario is a ground ball to turn into a double play. Doesn't happen, and now this sets up an even bigger game tomorrow night and another win that this Giants baseball team desperately needs.
Big time. Make sure to stay tuned in. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the post-game show, including the Cancel Safety Giant of the Game, sponsored by Cancel Safety, your one-stop shop for all your fire protection needs. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Baseball on Country 93.3.
You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
It's so hot.
Ugh, I know.
No, I mean your Giants baseball t-shirt. Where'd you get it?
Did you know Bumper to